kids who have no holiday resources, kids we serve who have no other holiday resources. And thanks to generous donations from companies, from you guys, from a lot of people who donated online or on the air, or again, companies, we were able to raise over $8,000 last year, and we helped over 600 of our client families provide gifts for their kids during the holiday season. So we need that again. I am going to maybe put this on. There we go. Right here is our actual chart where we're going to log in all our donations. And you can see right now that we are at $48.50. So $4,850 already raised thanks for wonderful donors who have already made pledges, made donations for the Holiday for Kids Radiothon. We're so excited to be at that number. We're just a little shy of our goal from last year, but we think with your help, we're going to be able to get there. So again, let me take the time to tell you about what it's going to look like and how you can enjoy this radiothon. We hope that you keep us on your radio from 3:30 to 7 tonight, because we'll have lots of topics to talk about, all different. We'll have lots of client stories to talk about. We'll have lots of guests, and they'll all be different. So every minute it is actually different. So we're hoping that you'll join us for the whole show as much as you can. We hope that you'll call in at 766-1240. We have two beautiful women to join me at volunteering tonight. We have Nancy and Denise, and they're ready to take your calls. You can call in and make any holiday wish. Hopefully we have it. If not, we'll obviously let you know, or we'll play another version of it. So any holiday song you want to hear, it's $10. It's a $10 donation to join us for the radiothon. Again, every $50 gets a gift for a kid. So every $10, and if we get 5 of those, then we'll get one kid a gift. That would be so great. Any donation that comes in, we're so happy to have. And again, every dollar adds up, and we're hoping to get up to our $8,000 goal again this year with your help. We have a lot to do. So again, from 3:30 to 7 p.m. tonight, we're going to be joined by guests. We're going to be joined by clients and staff who are going to share their stories, their program news. They're going to really share heartwarming stories. They're going to really be able to connect to you. A lot of things that they're going through, maybe you have been through, or you know somebody who has been through, and they've had a lot of inspiration to share. They have their stories to share. They want to be able to make sure that everybody knows that there is help out there, that there is successes if any situation that you might be going through. And so they're here to share that. And we're going to have special guests, like I mentioned. We're going to have Stump Evans and Patty Ovales de Jesus from our Harbor Youth Center. We're going to have Betty Galogli very shortly joining us from our Women and Families Home Shelter. We're going to have Daniel Barboza and Donna Veer Hamilton from our Children's Outpatient programs. And we're going to have Katie Randall from our PIPIC program, and Patty Corbett and Tiffany O'Hagan from our FCCP program. So again, lots of guests joining us. We actually have some clients that are going to be joining us in-house and on the air, and we have a lot of client stories that are already pre-recorded that we're going to share with you throughout the night. Can't wait to do that. So again, call and request a holiday song for $10. You get to hear your favorite holiday cheer while supporting a kid in need. That is 766-1240. Or call in, again, 766-1240. Want to make sure you have that number and make a donation. And we'll announce your name on the air because we're so grateful for any donation that we get. So we are... like I said, we're at $48.50, and we really would like to be higher than that by the end of the radiothon, so we need your help. Like to talk to you about what the purpose of the radiothon is. It's to help kids we serve who have no holiday gift resources. So imagine, being a parent and having no means to be able to provide your child with a Christmas gift. Well, this, for so many of the clients we serve, is actual reality. They don't have the extra means to be able to provide, any type of gifts, or any gifts of value, or any gift for their children underneath the tree, because they're so worried about paying a bill. They're so worried about keeping their heat on. So worried about staying in their apartment and paying their rent. And this is going to help them not have that stress. It's going to help them be able to focus on just paying the bills and not have the stress of, do they pay the electric bill this month, or do they buy their kids Christmas gifts? You're going to help that family. You're going to help be able to give a child a holiday gift that they wouldn't get normally if you didn't help. So again, think about that. Think about your childhood. Think about when you walked down, the stairs, or you walked out your bedroom and you saw the gifts under the tree, and how excited that made you, and how just how wonderful the holidays is. And we'd like you to start today thinking about holidays and bring your holiday spirit to our radiothon and donate to a kid in need. Again, we want you to call 766-1240 and make a donation with us. Request a holiday song. We have a lot of great holiday music that we're planning on playing throughout the radiothon. Again, a lot of great guests that are going to join us. If you don't feel comfortable calling into the radiothon, you can go ahead and go to our website, communitycareri.org, and you just select Holiday for Kids, and you can donate that way. If you want to buy a gift card and drop that off, we have a lot of teens that we want to cover this Christmas. Teens are still kids too, and they really would like a present under that Christmas tree. But they're hard to buy for sometimes, so sometimes we just opt to buy them gift cards. If you wanted to donate a gift card, you could do that right at 800 Clinton Street, 3rd floor. Again, I'm Wendy, and I'll be glad to take that donation off your hands. We have lots of businesses to thank already. Like I told you once again, we're at $4,850. That's $4,850 towards our goal of $8,000, and we'd like to thank those businesses who have already stepped up and have sponsored this event. We've got Representative Stephen Casey. I'm going to ring the bell after I say every one of these. We're going to have Rogers Tires. We've got Tufts Health Plan. We got Zippy's Autos and Sales. And our larger donors are Mutual of America, Provider Group, Amica, and Charlesgate. We thank you so much, sponsors who have already helped us get to our goal. We also work with a lot of businesses who do something called the Giving Tree. So basically, they provide the wishes that the child may have already given us, and then they wrap that gift up and give it to us, so we're able to present it to the parents, and they're able to put it under the Christmas tree for Christmas morning. And those businesses and individuals have already stepped up to make really an impact with the children that we serve this holiday season is Moo. I'm going to ring that bell. I'm going to ring these bells. Moo, Amica, Siljan, Troop 1 Greenville, Salvation Army, Bank Rhode Island, and First Assembly of God. We thank you guys so much. You guys are really make an impact. We really want to help 600 kids again this holiday season, and we need your help. We want those phones ringing. Want you to call in. We have a guest coming on soon in about 10 or so minutes. Can't wait to have Betty share all the good things and all the things that are going on at the shelter. So again, that's 766-1240. I really love to hear that phone ringing in the background. I know Nancy is ready to answer your call. She is ready to take your donation. Any amount will help. I did mention that we do hope to spend $50 per kid just to get them a couple items, just supplementing their Christmas, be able to provide something for them this holiday season. If you can't give $50, that's okay. If you can only give $5, if you can only give $10, any donation will add up and it will count, and we are so grateful for that. And Dave is coming in with the bigger bells. These are huge. Look at these guys. Woo! We are really going to spread some holiday cheer. Awesome. Thank you, Dave. We can't wait. So again, we want to thank Dave and ON Radio. We are so grateful for his generosity and continue to support. He's so amazing to the local nonprofits and community organizations in this city. And without his support and donations, we would not be able to donation of the studio, we'd not be able to host this radiothon and help so many kids this season. So thank you, Dave. I'm going to ring the bells for Dave. We can't wait to share all of our stories and such courageous individuals and families that we work with at Community Care Alliance. We can't wait to play some holiday music for you and raise monies to brighten the holidays for so many local kids in need. If you have chair to spare and want to donate now, go ahead and give us a call, 766-1240. We're ready to take your calls. I'm going to go ahead and play our first holiday song. I'm so excited to do this. I'm going to learn this, and hopefully I'm going to get this down. I am going to play my favorite holiday song, which is All I Want for Christmas.
I don't don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Yeah. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus will make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. Oh, I won't ask for much this Christmas. I won't even wish for snow. I'm just gonna keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe. I will make a list and send it to the North Pole for Saint Nick. I won't even stay awake to hear those magic reindeer click. 'Cause I just want you here tonight, holding on to me so tight. What more can I do? Oh, baby, all I want for Christmas is you. Baby, oh, all the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children's laughter fills the air, and everyone is singing. I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please come, baby, to make it clear? Oh, I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just wanna see my baby standing right outside my door. Oh, I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. Oh, baby, all I want for
Welcome back.
Good song.
Oh, that is like my ultimate favorite. I could listen to that all year round. It's really one of my favorites. I love it. Welcome back to, there we go. Welcome back to Community Care Alliance's third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. We're so happy to have you here. So excited to be able to share this with you, to be able to have you help us provide Christmas for a lot of deserving kids this holiday season who may not have any other resources without our help. You can give the magic of the holidays by donating to Holiday for Kids campaign. Your generosity brings joy to a child in need or a teen in need who is not expecting much, if anything at all. Parents offering gifts to their children is the essence of the season, and that is what your donation will do. Last year, we were able to provide 600 children and raise over $8,000 to be able to, again, provide gifts for children during this holiday season. We want to be able to do that once more this year. We are at $4,850 right now, now, and we really, really want to get up there. Any donation is welcomed. Any donation will help. If you want to give us a call, 766-1240. We'd love to take your donation. Nancy is here and Denise is here, and they're ready to take your donation. They're ready to take your song request. We are ready to talk to you guys. We can't wait to have our guests join us very soon. And until then, you just have me. I hope that's okay. But we are so excited to be able to do this again. It is such a great time. We have amazing guests joining us from multiple programs throughout our agency, as well as we have a lot of client stories that we want to share with you. And we are being joined right now by Nancy Benoit. She's a special guest. She's actually answering our phones for us, and we're so excited to have her. Is she on?
Well, she will be.
Oh, right.
You got the camera on.
All right, let me put my camera on Nancy. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Hello, Nancy.
Second button. There you go.
All right. Thanks for just quickly coming in here, Nance. I wanted to grab you for a minute. You are so amazing, and you are so loved in this community, and we are so grateful to have you at Community Care Alliance. Just wanted to have you on the air for a couple minutes. We had a few minutes to spare and wanted to be able to talk to you. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us again. You're part of a church. You're part of Community Care Alliance. You have seen the impact that this fundraiser or this radiothon has done. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Actually, I just came from the food pantry at our church, which helps clients from CCA. And we had so many people today. And people are, really asking about help for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And there's a big need for people to be able to provide things for their kids. And this fund at CCA really helps older kids.
Yes. I mean, that was the original, when we conceptualized this many years ago, that was the original thing. There was already Adopt a Family sort of for the younger kids in the city. And we were like, oh, the teens, the teens are kids too. And we wanted to make sure.
Right.
And then it sort of grew because now we ended up merging and having all of these programs that service Northern Rhode Island. And they don't have Adopt a Family in any of those towns.
Right.
So it sort of grew. And but yes, there is a good portion of these are teens. Thank you for bringing that up.
And we do Adopt a Family through our church. We adopt several of the families, and those are only up through the age of 12.
Yep.
And I know it's really hard. People like buying dolls and trucks and stuff, and it's a little harder to buy things for teenagers. But teenagers need Christmas too, just like all kids do. So.
Yeah, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
For bringing that into perspective. I think that's so important to talk about. That was a big reason why we started this in the first place, was that teens didn't have a lot going on for Christmas. They didn't have anything, and I have teens. And I can't imagine them not having anything under the Christmas tree because they're still big kids.
Right.
It's still important to remember them. Thank you for bringing that up.
You're
and thank you
welcome.
for jumping on. I know I sort of pulled you out of the volunteer role and said, hey, go on air for me. And I really appreciate that. Thank you, Dave.
Well, Community Care Alliance is a great organization, and it's great to be able to help. We do a lot of good in the community, and we need a lot of help. But
Yes.
we do a lot of good.
Yes, thank you so much. And we have a lot of programs that are going to talk about a lot of the things that we are doing and how this has helped their clients. And again, I know I put you on the spot, but I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us, Nancy.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go ahead and play my daughter's favorite song, and then right after that, we're going to bring Betty Galogli from the Women's Shelter on. So this right here is my daughter's favorite holiday song, and I'm going to share it with you.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Oh, baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. And I've seen your flag on the marble arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a chord and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. We're going to have a quick word from our sponsors, and then Betty Galogli is here to join us.
With a great team, anything is possible. That's why Mutual of America Financial Group, we provide retirement plan services to small and mid-sized employers, offering full-service on-site support for your whole team. Mutual of America Financial Group, retirement services and investments.
The Provider Group has been proud to partner with Community Care Alliance in its mission to meet the community's economic, social, and emotional challenges. Provider Group and Community Care Alliance share the same core values of dedication, commitment, and serving the community. In times like these, your support for Community Care Alliance is more important than ever in changing people's lives.
Discover Amica's award-winning customer service today. Visit amica.com or call 800-242-6422 to learn more.
The Charlesgate community offers skilled nursing, affordable assisted and independent living to the elderly and disabled in the city of Providence. Our team sends our sincerest wishes to you and your families to remain safe and healthy during these trying and uncertain times. As always, we stand by and stand ready to serve you and your loved ones. Contact us if we may assist you in any way.
Tufts Health Plan is committed to improving the health and wellness of the communities we serve. Each year, Tufts works with local community-based organizations to help ease the burden many families face during the holidays. With our support, these organizations provide groceries, essential items, and holiday gifts at no cost to families in need throughout Rhode Island. We are grateful to our local partners. On behalf of Tufts Health Plan, we wish you a happy and healthy holiday season. And welcome back. We are joined with Betty Glogly. Good afternoon, Betty. I'm used to saying good morning.
It is afternoon.
It is. So if you are just joining us real quick, I want to tell you that you are joining the Holiday for Kids Radiothon through Community Care Alliance, and we're going to ring our bells for that, right, Betty? Woo! There we go. There you are. We're so excited to have you here. Real quick, just some housekeeping. If you are wondering what is this about, we're raising money to be able to provide gifts for kids with no resources this holiday season. That is a good portion of our teens that we serve, but there's also a lot of families neighboring Woonsocket also that we're going to try to be able to supplement their holidays this Christmas. So you're going to call in at 766-1240 to make a donation. Any donation will be welcomed. If you want a holiday song to hear, it's $10. If you want to just make a general donation, again, it's any amount. So 766-1240, and we've got two lovely women ready to take your calls and ready to take your donations. Come on, call in. We're ready to take it. And in the meantime, we're going to share some information about the shelter where Betty manages and talk about some client stories. So thank you so much for joining us, Betty.
Thank you for having me, Wendy, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, woohoo! That's right. We are ready. I just heard when I was waiting to come on the show that there might be some snow tonight.
It
so
looks like it.
I know, and it is cold out there, guys. So if this doesn't make you think about the holidays, snow and cold, but now we can just, also think about merriment and think about spirit and think about giving back, because that is another big part of the holiday season.
Yes, it is. It's my favorite part, actually.
I know. I agree with you, Betty. So we're going to have Betty talk a little bit about the shelter. If you're not familiar, Community Care Alliance runs a homeless shelter in Woonsocket, and Betty is the manager of the shelter. So talk to me about that, Betty.
Yes, so we have a family shelter that houses, we have 20 family rooms. That doesn't necessarily mean we have 20 families, because if they're larger families, they have to take more than a couple of rooms. But we have 20 family rooms and 8 single female beds. We normally have at least 54 people in the shelter, with more than half of them being children on a regular basis.
So that's 22.5. Right? No, 54. Oh my God, I don't even know how to do math. I just made myself look stupid on air. Okay, forget about that. But that is a lot of children. So that's all right. How many children do we currently have?
I believe we have 27 children right now.
27
And I just
children.
had 2 babies born over the weekend that are in the shelter right now. So,
Oh, little babies.
yes.
Well, the good thing is that we do have a lot of families that we serve that are not in a shelter, that are possibly, in a hotel, in a motel, which you're going to
Yes.
talk about, that are maybe even in a car. It is really dire times out there. Talk a little bit about what you've been seeing at the shelter.
At the shelter,
Like when people are coming in, the circumstances and
Most
the
of the-
overwhelming long wait to get in a shelter right now.
yes, and most of the reasons for being in the shelter right now is because their landlords have raised their rents and they can no longer afford them, and they've been evicted, which also makes it that much harder for them to get an apartment moving forward too, because they have an eviction on record now. So it's really, the homeless situation right now is the worst I've ever seen. I've been in the field since 2007, and this is absolutely the worst I've ever seen it.
Oh my goodness. So we have 50, an average of 50 something adults over the course of time.
No, 54 people altogether in the shelter.
Okay.
Yes.
27 of those children.
Yes.
And then we have other programs too that you oversee, right?
Yes, we have a LGBTQ plus shelter in Providence, and we have a hotel program that's actually going to be ending on the 30th, which is houses families, singles, and couples.
This month, the 30th of this month,
The
right
30th
before
of this month is ending.
right
yes.
before the winter season.
Yes, it's very sad. Very sad. And we still have about 20 rooms that are still being occupied at this time.
with no plan, like, and there's nowhere for them to go.
They have rapid rehousing resources, majority of them, but there's no apartments for them to move into. So they have the resources, but not the actual place to go. So we're working really hard on trying to get them placed before the 30th.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Yeah, so that's a lot of work.
yes, it is.
Yeah. So we've got the families there. We've got the other shelter, and then we've got the hotel program. You're very busy this year,
Yes,
Betty.
I am.
That's a lot of people.
And we're
to
in the
oversee.
process of opening on another shelter, hopefully on December 1st. But right now that's what we're in the process of doing as well.
And what shelter? Who will this cover?
Families, singles, and couples.
And this is because we just don't have enough room at the end.
Yes, there's just way too many people that are outside, and it's unheard of in 0-degree weather. So.
Yeah. So we yesterday we had a gentleman that was so cold that he came in to get warm into our facility, and it was really heart-wrenching and heartbreaking, and that's an adult, and there are children in those circumstances too.
Yes, it's gut-wrenching actually when you think about it.
Yeah. But there are families at the shelter, and there are families that we are able to get off the street, that we are able to put in houses, and those are the ones that we need to be able to help this holiday season. We need to help, advocate for affordable housing. We actually had CVS working with us today, and they did a toiletry drive for us, and they asked us, what can we do? And what was the first thing we talked about?
Advocate.
Advocacy. You gotta advocate for affordable housing right now. We really need the help. Your peers and the people living on the streets need the help. They need to be able to get up. People living in long-term in hotels and long-term in homeless shelters need to be able to afford to go into an apartment. Everybody here is probably feeling that too. A lot of people listening are like, my rent is ridiculous as well. We need to be able to advocate, and you can reach out to your local representatives, write some letters, and advocate for affordable housing. We just did an election. Now's the time to ask for
Yes.
things. Right? But on a different note, I want to be able to keep our spirit up, and I know this is really sad to talk about, but we are able to brighten some lives at the shelter this holiday season with being able to provide them with some holiday gifts. So some of our families obviously qualify for Adopt a Family, but there are a lot of teens. How many approximate teens do we have there?
I think I have 6 or 7 teens right now, and I have to say that is the toughest population to be in a shelter. I believe that they are the ones that are the most affected, because that's such a big social time in their life, and they can't bring friends home, they can't have sleepovers, they can't, they're ashamed to be in a shelter. It's really, really hard on the teens.
Right. So you can help them, and you can brighten their holiday this season by calling 766-1240. Betty wants to ring these bells so bad. Be our first donation. That's right. We have yet to get a donation, and we've been on the air for 30 minutes. Any donation we'll take. We are ready to. Nancy and Denise are ready to answer those phones. They are ready to take your donation to be able to brighten a kid's holiday this Christmas. You can go ahead and request a holiday song. I am going to be playing very shortly Betty's this year's favorite holiday song. Can't wait to share that with you guys. But for right now, we're going to share one of our client stories from somebody who is at the shelter, and she was willing, and we are so grateful to her for sharing her story with us. And we'd like you to listen to Jack A's story, and then maybe we're gonna listen to Jack A's story. I am hoping we're gonna listen to Jack A's story, but if not, then Betty and I are just gonna keep talking for a little bit. So Betty, we have a few stories like I talked about, and then we're actually going to call somebody in. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. I am having technical difficulties, but I am ready, and I am back, and I'm ready to share Jack A's story with you. Listen in.
Hi, my name is Jack Kay. I'm a mother of 3 children, ages 13, 9, and 3, and we live at a homeless shelter. We have been at the shelter since May 2022. Before this, my family and I stayed at a hotel for 7 months to stay safe from a DV situation. This was very hard on my children. We were isolated with no toys in a small space for long periods of time. The hardest part was that I had no resources. Last year, I couldn't give Christmas to my children. Since I have been at the shelter, I have found my voice. I can advocate for my children and myself, and I am learning my strengths and gaining confidence. The holiday program is so important to me because in reality, we can't afford gifts. And this is a blessing. I would like to thank you and everyone who helps provide my children with the happy holidays. We are grateful, and there are so many that won't have this blessing, and that breaks my heart.
And that right there was Jackie's story. I sat down with Jackie and her 2 beautiful children. And one of them was very active during this, so I apologize because you probably could hear in the background. He really wanted to push the chair around while we were talking to each other. But you know, like so many that we serve, Jackie's story is not one that we haven't heard before. It's, you know, it's a mom who has children who can't be on the street, needs to be somewhere, needs to be able to get whatever it is she needs to get figured out so that she can move to permanent housing.
Yeah, and nowadays when people get into shelter, they're extremely grateful, where before they were afraid to come in or didn't want to be there. Now it's like, oh, thank God I'm here, because there's so few options out there right now.
There really are. And it was really great to sit down with Jackie, and we really appreciate it. And if she's listening, shout out to you. Thank you for sharing your story. I know that it is not an easy feat. I interviewed a lot of people to get their stories. I've interviewed a lot of people, and it's not easy to tell your story. I know, Betty, you used to tell your story quite a bit.
Yes.
And it's not easy to talk about scary and frightening and things that have happened, and to kind of rehash sort of old memories, you know, when you're trying to look forward.
Yes, it's not.
But we appreciate it, and we appreciate you, Jackie. We do have another person that is willing to share her story with us. She's actually going to call in to the show, but before we do that, we are going to share with you, and I don't know if you want to intro this, but this is Betty's song of choice. Actually, Betty, before we do that, we really want you to call in, right? Before we share another
absolutely.
holiday song, we need you to call
please
in.
call.
Come on.
Please call.
766-1240. We're ready to take your donations. We're ready to have you help us this holiday season. We have a lot of client stories. We have a lot of guests that are going to join us today. And we have our antlers on. I have my antlers on. Betty's ringing the bell, but that's all right. No problem. And this is our chart, and we're ready to take that number and move it up. Any bit, $10, $12, $15, $5. We want to be able to move that chart, and we need your help. 766-1240. And Betty, what is your song? What is your holiday song of choice right now?
Silent Night by The Temptations.
All right, here you go.
Round yon bosom He's born, he's born. Christ the Savior is born. Round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heaven, the peace, oh, sleep in heaven, peace.
And welcome back to the third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have you again call in 766-1240 to make a donation. We're ready to take your call. Please join us. Oh, the phone is ringing. Woohoo! We still have Betty here from the shelter, and we are also going to be joined by Elizabeth. I am putting your volume up. Good afternoon, Elizabeth.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining us. Don't be nervous. It's fine. Betty is always nervous on the air with me over here, so don't you be nervous.
Okay.
I know how hard it is to share a story, and I don't want you to be nervous. We are just going to take it one question at a time. So obviously you're Elizabeth, and we're talking about the shelter. Could you tell us a little bit about how you got into the shelter?
I lost my apartment on August 1st, and I didn't have nowhere to go with me and my 4 kids.
So you...
And
Yep, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to repeat what you were saying. So like we talked about, there's no affordable housing. So you lost your,
Yes.
and then you had nowhere to go with 4 kids, Elizabeth, 4
Yes.
children.
Yep.
And that must have been so scary.
Yes, it was.
And so did you have to, were you able to get right into the shelter, or did you have somewhere to go in between?
I had help from FCCP. They got me a motel until there was an opening at the shelter. It took 2 months, but I finally got a space for me and my kids.
And so you've been at the shelter for how long?
2 months.
2 months. I know that maybe not a lot of positive or not a lot of changes happen, but can you talk about any sort of resources or positive move aheads that you've had since being at the shelter?
Well, right now I'm getting resource from my kids. I'm getting early intervention for one of my kids, and I'm also getting help. My one of my sons is getting a teacher to come help him, so he could focus and understand everything.
Yeah. So you having somebody come and almost tutor?
Yep.
Oh, so, and then early intervention for your little one.
Yes.
That's great. And these services are going to be so beneficial to your children.
Yes, it is.
And then obviously, you have a goal. You don't want to be at the shelter forever. What is your goal for your family?
My goal is to find an apartment that we could, call home and be settled and don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I think that is a lot of people's goal, and I really wish and hope that goal happens for you soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So obviously, you may or may not know this. I think you know this, that you're going to have some holiday help this Christmas. Could you talk about sort of already being at the shelter and already sort of being in the circumstances you are, and what a relief this is to know that your kids are going to be provided for this holiday?
This is actually a blessing. I didn't expect this. So to see a smile on my kid's face on Christmas is going to be great.
Yeah. And if somebody was listening in and they were like, I don't know if I should donate, or if they just called and made a donation, what would you say to them for helping your children?
I just want to thank you, and I appreciate the help so much. You don't understand how much it means to me and my kids.
Yeah. And I think that, that people sort of take that, like, sometimes when you're not in that circumstance, you don't understand what it is to not be able to provide for your children, especially birthdays and Christmas, the big
Yes.
the big days. And
Yes.
and when they're little and babies, it's not a big deal. But when you have 4 children, I'm assuming they're at different ages, and some of them may be in school, and
Yes.
when they understand, they understand gifts, and they understand that their friends are getting gifts. And I can't even imagine the hardship or the sort of the depression around not thinking you're going to be able to provide for your kids.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, so we are so grateful and so blessed to all of our donors who are able to help your children and all the children that we're able to help this holiday season. It's so important for you to give us a call. Betty wants to ring these bells, and I'm not going to do it while you're on the air, Elizabeth, because you will lose your eardrum because Betty rings them so hard. But I really, just a little bit. Oh, did you hear her, Elizabeth? Man, she is
Yes,
bell
I
happy.
did.
She's bell happy around here. If you want to help a person like Elizabeth who's in this circumstance that is beyond their control, it's 766-1240. Please give us a call and make a donation. Elizabeth, you have been amazing, and that wasn't too bad, right?
No, it wasn't.
I thank you so much for joining us, and we really wish you a blessed holiday season, and I wish you all those goals to come true.
Thank you so much.
And thank you
Thanks,
for joining us.
Elizabeth.
Bye.
All right, that was Elizabeth, and she shared her story, and it wasn't easy for her to share that story, and we are so grateful that she was willing to come on air. I think that she was a little thrown back because she thought I was going to read her story and she was going to listen in. But I think it's really important to connect to the people and for you to be able to connect to the people that we're helping. Elizabeth has 4 children, and she wasn't expecting to be in a shelter. She had an apartment and couldn't afford it anymore. It is the story that we are hearing every day. It's a sad story.
Yes, it is.
Yep. But you can call in and you can make a donation and you can at least make and help and make a brighter holiday for anybody that, for any of these families that we're talking about. You can brighten their holiday. It will not change their circumstances by any means. It's not going to change, they're not going to get an apartment for this, but they're going to be able to breathe a little easier this holiday season. They can be able to provide their children, even if it's just a couple items. Something is better than nothing, and you can help change that circumstance. So we want them to call, right, Betty?
Yes, please call
Come on.
766-1240.
That's it, yeah, we want it. And listen, in my hand right now, I got 2 donations, and I want to go ahead and I want to ring this bell for Nancy Benoit. And Nancy just put us at $4,900. That's right, guys. We're going to shake that bell again.
Yeah.
All right. Woohoo. And we also have another donation from Joy Young. Woo!
Yay,
Joy. Thank you guys for listening. This is amazing. Thank you so much for calling in. We are so blessed to have you guys calling in. Our children are going to be so blessed this holiday season thanks to you. And we are going to move that very shortly right over to that $4,900 mark.
We sure are, because you're going to call 766-1240.
Woohoo! That's right. All right. So we've talked to Jack A, and we have talked to Elizabeth, and we have one more story from the shelter that we're going to share with you. And that is Eileen's story. And Eileen's story is a little bit longer, and she's actually moved on from the shelter.
Yes, she did.
So hers has a happier ending. She's still working on the happiest, and that's a day by day for a lot of the people that we serve. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to play her story for you right now. I would like to share with you a story about Eileen. While interviewing Eileen, she speaks of her emotions being a mix of shame and pride. She is shameful for the way she hurt her family with her behaviors from addiction. Nevertheless, with persistent care and concern from the shelter manager, where she lived for 2 years, she is finally able to move with her family to a place of their own. She wants to share her story so that others will know that it is possible to get from addiction to a place of stability. Eileen came to Community Care Alliance when she and her family were homeless. They were evicted from their home and had no other possibilities for housing. So her and her family moved into a hotel. They were there for a long period of time. Someone also staying at the hotel let Eileen know that Community Care Alliance could possibly offer her some relief and guide her towards resources. Eileen says she had never been in this situation before, so she didn't know what to do. With a lot of phone calls, she managed to get on the list for the shelter. But she was still doing drugs. She says, "I'm thinking I'm hiding it, but I'm not. I must have looked so terrible." Even though she was at the shelter to work at getting her family into housing, she was unable to stay away from drugs. Someone convinced her to try fentanyl. She said she loved the feeling because it made her problems go away. Even someone's death, she says, including my nephew's, didn't make me stop. Looking back, she says she is so amazed because you think that that would have instantly made me stop. Eileen admitted to having distaste for the shelter manager, Betty. Betty would ask Eileen if she was okay. Eileen says she saw things. She knew. Betty then asked her if she would go to the acute stabilization unit held by Community Care Alliance in Providence. She said she went there for 7 days, was clean for a week or two, and at the time, if she could have been put in a box, maybe that would have done it. It was hard for me to say no to drugs. I was mad at Betty. She could see what was going on. I just wanted her to leave me alone. But she was doing it because she cared, not because she didn't like me. Eileen did go back to the ASU again, and she was sober for a little while longer. The shelter had to call DCYF, and this is what turned Eileen. She said, "My kids are everything to me." Eileen has 6 children ranging from 26 to 4. She loves her babies. Everything about them. There is no doubt that she loves her children. Betty realized that Eileen needed a longer stay somewhere. Eileen didn't want to go. She says, "I can't believe I was willing to get kicked out of the shelter and leave my children. At that moment, I just wasn't ready." It was the thought of what her 17-year-old was going to remember that got her to go to treatment. Eileen would only admit to him that she was doing pills. She didn't want him to know the other stuff she was doing. When he said, "Mom, you've been different lately. You need to get help," that is what got her to go. She says, "I finally went to AdCare and had 2 extensions to my stay. It was amazing." Eileen now says she wants to work there. That is her goal, but she has to be in her sobriety longer. To do that, Eileen has tools that help her get through her day. She looks at them all the time. One of her favorites is thinking about the word hope. Hold on, pain ends. The story was 2-year struggle. I can't stand the thought of the drug that I was doing. It was so dirty. I can't believe I was doing it, she says. I don't crave it at all. Sometimes I crave something, but I don't know what. We laughed when she talked about this, because now she often craves chocolate. She will be moving into a place with a yard, and she's planning to have a garden and a happy life. Her new place has 4 bedrooms, enough room for all of her children. She says, "I don't want them to do stupid things like me." This is Eileen's story. That was a moving one, Betty.
Yes, it was.
I know that Colleen actually was the one that interviewed Eileen, and they were let me take the story and work with it using her own words and just kind of moving it around so everybody could understand. But Eileen got help. Mentioned multiple times how much she disliked you because you pushed her beyond her comfort zone, which is your job.
Yes.
Yeah, but she is now moved out of the shelter in her own apartment with her children.
So I believe this story is an epitome of don't lose hope, ever.
Hope. Hope. And she had it, and I can't remember, it was hold on, pain ends.
Yes.
Hold on, pain ends.
Yes.
I've never thought of hope that way, and I don't think I will ever not think of it like that now.
Yes.
And that's what we want. We want for our families to hope. We want hold on, pain ends. We want them to be able to hope. We want them to be able to hope that their circumstances will change, that there is a brighter future. We want them to be able to hope that they're going to have gifts under that tree. And Betty, while we were listening to Eileen's story, what did we get in?
We got to move up the numbers on the thermometer.
And we're going to put that on just so you can see. Right now, we are at 5,100.
Woo! That is so exciting.
That is so exciting. We want to thank Garrett Manseri, who just came in to volunteer, and he also brought a donation. We're so happy. Thank you so much. And Betty got to ring the bell. Ring her bells She got to ring them 3 times while we were on the air, people. That is so exciting because that's the only thing that she really wanted to
Yes,
do.
I love ringing this bell, so please call 766-1240.
Woohoo! So, Betty, just, again, I thank you so much for joining us. We are so blessed to have you. I know it's not your favorite thing to do, and I know that you're not as comfortable
But
here
I love
as
to ring the
am.
bell.
But you love to ring the bell. So at least we got you to ring the bell 3 times. We got to talk about some of the beautiful people that you're serving that shared their heart-wrenching, but, definitely, goal-oriented stories, and some of them actually being able to get to some of their goals.
Yes.
Which is so amazing, and we wish nothing but the best for them, and we thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you for having me, Wendy.
All right, so we're gonna have a quick word from our sponsor. I was hoping to be able to play another holiday song, but we haven't gotten any holiday song requests. And so, what are we gonna call, Betty?
766-1240.
And we'll take your donation, or we'll take your holiday request, and we're gonna go ahead and again, we're gonna hear from. We are going to hear from a couple more of our sponsors. Hopefully, if I can figure out this thing again, which seems to be mind-blowing to me. I don't know what I'm doing over here. So, Betty, keep talking because I don't know what I'm doing over here.
I think we just got a few more donations.
Do you want to read those for me, Betty?
sure
All
will.
right, I'm going to figure out this box over here while you do that.
So it looks like we got a donation from Denise Dussault Leduc.
Woo!
Thank you so much. And another donation from Aaron Asai. Thank you.
Woo! All right. And I think I figured it out. Thank you so much. And we're going to hear from 2 more sponsors right now. We got Rogers Tires and Representative Stephen Casey.
Rogers Tires wants to thank its customers for 62 years of business. We look forward to many more years of serving our community. Have a safe and happy holiday season from our family to yours.
Hi, this is State Representative Steve Casey, wishing everyone out there a happy Thanksgiving. Please be safe and try to help one another during these difficult times. Thank you.
Thank you again to those 2 wonderful sponsors, Rogers Tires and Stephen Casey. While I'm reintroducing, I'm going to just tell you again, if you are just listening and you're like, what is going on right now at WOON? We are having our 3rd annual Holiday for Kids Radioathon. Community Care Alliance is hosting it. Again, it's our 3rd annual Holiday for Kids Radioathon. We are ready to take your donation, 766-1240. Every donation helps. Every $50 donated gets a gift for a child or teen in need, and we can't wait to be able to provide that this holiday season, but we need your help. With those 2 latest donations, that put us at $52.50. How exciting is that? I'm so excited for that. We are at $52.50, and I'm going to ring the bell for that. Yes, I am. I am so excited. And we are going to go ahead and play one more holiday song while we wait to be able to introduce our next group with us. So hold on tight and listen in to Let It Snow.
Let it snow.
Christmas holiday. It's a joyous thing, let the angels sing, 'cause we're together. We got a thing, hey, can't let it slip away. No, outside it's rain and sleet when our bodies meet. I don't care about the weather.
Welcome back. You are joining us for our third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. Thank you for joining us. If you're wondering what the heck is going on, we are raising money to be able to provide holiday gifts for children in need, specifically children we serve, mostly teens, by the way, but we do have some younger kids too, serving Woonsocket in Northern Rhode Island. We want to be able to help as many kids as we can. Last year we raised over $8,000 and helped 600 kids. We are at 5250, so we're going to ring those bells for that. 5250. It's very exciting, and we're ready to take your donation. 766-1240. We have another program to share with you, and we can't wait to do that. We have people from the EOS program. We have Donna and Daniel, and I'm going to spotlight them right now. Oh, no, spotlight them right now. There we go. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, we're going to have you come right on your mic. And Daniel has already told us that Donna is going to do the majority of the talking, so that's okay with me. So just tell me a little bit about your role and your program.
Okay, so I'm Donna Hamilton. So I'm the team leader for the Enhanced Outpatient Counseling Services, which that is intensive home-based services, short-term care. It's meant to stabilize children and keep them out of the hospital and out of being placed out of the home. So basically, we provide wraparound care, which includes a therapist, a case manager, and we also have psychiatry. And we're out there pretty intensively, but it's short term. And then we help with an aftercare plan. And usually that includes a referral to our outpatient services program, which is in the office located at 800 Clinton Street. And that is less intensive, but still it's always good to have someone to follow up with and check in with.
Yeah. And Daniel, you are?
Yeah, so I'm the director of outpatient services, family behavioral health. So I supervise the adult outpatient services and the children's outpatient services, and EOS is one of those programs. So is PIPIC and Healthy Transitions. Yeah,
so you're
that's
busy.
what I do. Yes, I do a lot of things.
You're
yeah.
busy. And then Donna does the rest, right?
That's right.
You guys are a great team. We do have somebody that's going to join us very shortly to share his and his family's story. But I interviewed 3 of your families on top of Muhammad, who's here to join us. Before we get to his story, the 3 people I spoke to, I couldn't write a quote enough praises. Like, I was, Donna is amazing, light of my life, and Daniel is amazing, and Wes is amazing, and Charlie is amazing, and everybody, everybody that they spoke about at your program, just really kind and non-judgmental, and it was just really nice to hear. You should be really happy to hear that. It was just really sweet of them to say, and you don't get that much. Like, when you're talking about counseling services, you're talking about hard stuff. You're talking about hard circumstances and hard, sometimes hard behaviors. And you don't really get, from families that they are, these praises. Counselors don't always get these praises, but you guys got them every single time I talked to someone. If they just could not sing your praises enough.
Well, I think I think about, when you talk like that, I think about the staff that we have and the team that we have, and I can't say enough about the therapists and the case managers and the reception and everybody that comes together to help make this work. And they don't do it for the money, because trust me, they're not making a lot of money. So they do it because of the mission. We're really mission driven in terms of helping children and youth and helping families get through really difficult times. And I think our world's been hit by some very difficult times, but the staff that we have are just unsurmountable. Like, you can't get better staff like that do it for the work, for the mission.
Yeah,
we're so grateful for them and for their hard work and everything they do for the community. We're so lucky to have a team like that, and I think that's a big part of what keeps us, going to do this work, because it can be difficult. There can be difficult days, but to fall back on each other is so valuable.
Yeah. No, and it was really, it wasn't, obviously I was talking about certain people who maybe have relationships with certain ones of you, but it really was like, one of the women was like, I don't think I've had any bad, no bad encounters. Like everything has always been, it's been a bad situation, but a positive result. So good job, guys.
Thank you.
That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to say, pat on your backs. Nice job. Good job. I'm so proud to be a coworker of yours. And thank you so much. And Donna, you were so instrumental in helping me get stories, and I really appreciate that. Because sometimes it's difficult. And we actually just got another donation since you guys have been live on the air, so we're going to ring the bell again, because that puts us at $5,300. Woo! We're getting there. So call in 766-1240, and we are actually joined in-house by someone willing to share their story with us, so we're so excited for that. And I am going to put you, if you don't mind, do you mind being on?
Put me on the spot.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Hopefully I pressed the right button. Yep, there we go. All right. So everybody that's joining us live on YouTube or on the website, you can see our guests. If not, I'm introducing you to Muhammad. Muhammad came willingly. I did not promise, hold, restrain, nothing. He came willingly on the air to share his story of his services for himself and his daughter through was Brittany EOS?
Yes.
Through EOS. And so thank you for coming.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
So what I've sort of asked is like just general questions, and you can kind of delve into it, or you can go a little bit light, whatever you want. Could you tell us about how you sort of became connected to Community Care Alliance?
Sure. So there's a little backstory. I hope we have the time for it.
You have the time.
All right. So my daughter, she's actually 14 now, right? So when she turned 11, it was like she was like the sweetest, innocent little kid, right? And I swear it was like almost like a flip of a switch. Like something went south so quick. And like I tried everything, right, with her. I didn't know what was going on. She was cutting herself. She tried to overdose on like her medicine, her pills she will take them, tried to overdose. We have to call the ambulance. So she ended up in the hospital 6 times within a span of a year and a half, I believe, or maybe 2 years. She was getting therapy, but the other therapist was not helping her much. And then she was going to a private school and then the school, like we had a meeting with the board, and then they're like, we cannot support your daughter, like that stuff that she needs, you need to put her in public school. Long story short, I live in Pawtucket. I didn't want her to go to school in Pawtucket, so I was able to get contact in Cumberland, and they let me bring it in Cumberland. And through the school in Cumberland, they are the one who connected me with the CCA, and I cannot be more grateful. Day and night, again, it just, she changed a lot. Again, it wasn't like an overnight change,
Right.
but you can see it from even like the first day. She wasn't sure if she clicks, but then within 2 or 3 times, she loved Brittany. Like she had a really, really good connection with her. And she comes out of therapy. She is in such a better place. Thank God, knocking on wood, she hasn't hurt herself in quite a bit now since she started with the program. Like I said, she came a long way. She came from being in a dark place, and I don't know if that dark place was because of the whole, and I'm sure a lot of people has been hit with it because of COVID, kids being at home, being online more, being bullied online. It was a lot of bullying online, or being apps. Can I say a bad thing about one of the apps?
You can say whatever you want to say. We're not sponsored by any of the apps.
So one of them is Discord, right? So it was a horrible app, and
Discord.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it, so that's a good thing.
She would go on it, and there would be a lot of kids bullying her, and then it would be a trigger, and that's when she ended up hurting her. Now she knows how to cope with that. Like I still see her on that app, and then I ask her, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yes, I'm okay. I know how to deal with it." So it's good. She really came a long way. And like I said, I cannot thank Brittany enough. I cannot thank the program enough. Like she is my sweet little innocent girl, you know. she's my princess. and it was so tough for me to, and like every dad knows that dads are fixers. We're there to fix things, and my hands were tied. I didn't know what to do for her to make things better. Like I would be at night like, and I feel defeated. Like I failed my little girl. I couldn't protect her, and that is the worst thing. And every time that she ends up in the hospital, I was so scared that if she tries this again, it would be it would be too late. There would be no coming back from that. So I was scared of losing her, and I just wanted to make it better. And I didn't know how to fix it. These guys know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And I'm, like I said, I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that story. I know that was not an easy thing to do. I know it's hard to share stories, especially, when you're talking about your children and what they've been through. And you have already, shared your story, and then you've blessed us with a sponsor ad. So we're going to play that very shortly, but we would just like to really thank you for coming on and sharing your story. It's so important to do that because a lot of children may be going through the same thing or the same situation or a similar situation. The pandemic, we talked about this quite a bit. You actually came on quite a bit during the pandemic to talk about services and how there was like such a crazy increase in services around the pandemic because your child was not the only one feeling lost, feeling,
And-
just a lot of things.
Like me, so I'm a scientist. So where I come from, like I never really believed in therapy. I'm like, if someone has a problem, they can fix it, right? And no, I was wrong. Like I myself go to therapy too, and it has helped me a long way as well. So I think like therapy does help a lot, and it does. The psychiatrist, you guys have a psychiatrist in the building too. She's been helping my daughter out too. Has been adjusting him medication, and I think we are at a very good sweet spot right now. So
That's
like I said, if anyone needs help, like it's a great thing to seek the help and get the help.
Great.
And
Thank
you guys
you.
will fix him.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, we're being reminded to make sure we plug that phone number, 766-1240. You can help a child in need this holiday season. And if you are in need of counseling services, Donna's going to share the number to call. Maybe?
Yes, yes, you can call our main line at 235-7410. Get in touch with reception. That's the best number to get in touch with someone. And they can direct you in the right way in terms of getting.
That's for kids. If you want to call intake for adults, 401-235-7120.
Great. And we're going to go ahead and repeat those numbers at the end. Don't leave us. We are still going to be joined by Daniel and Donna. Right now, we're going to go ahead and play Zippy's auto repair ad. Thank you again for your donation.
Zippy Auto Repair and Sales at 450 Social Street, Woonsocket. Your neighborhood favorite shop where you can find quality work at affordable prices. 10% off all repairs until the end of the year. Mention CCA at cash out.
And welcome back to Community Care Alliance's third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. We are joined by Daniel and Donna from the EOS program. We also just had Mohammed join us. He shared his story with us. And before we play your song of choice, Donna wanted to share something with us.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to you, Mohammed, that this part of our barrier in doing therapy work sometimes can be the lack of involvement from parents. So I just wanted to say therapy only works so well as the parent involvement does. So I mean, I give you the credit. We have the tools and can help with the tools, but the fact that you continued it at home and you gave your daughter such support and guidance around this, that is the work. That's the real therapy work.
You're absolutely right. It takes your help, and definitely there's like follow up at home. And I think a lot of it again was attention. She was seeking a lot of attention, and whether it was good
Negative
attention or bad
yep.
attention, it was attention. And I shifted gears, right, to give her all the attention. Every single moment that I have, I would spend with her. Again, she was pretty mean to me. One time she made me cry.
Well, kids can do that. Yeah, that's like every day at my house.
She's like, I'm like, I gotta go upstairs and cry now.
Oh.
But then like 2 months ago, right? She came to me out of nowhere. She came, gave me the biggest hug, and she was like, "Dad, I'm so sorry for being so mean to you before." Like, it clicked to her. I just kept being kind to her, giving her all the attention that she wanted. And like you said, if it was not, I tried to do this before, but it did not, me myself doing it, it did not work. It's your part of the puzzle, like putting the work in with her. That's what made it all complete and made it work.
I think that we're talking about like it's a wraparound service though,
Yeah,
because it's all the players that
Yes,
make it work.
absolutely.
You help make it work.
Yes.
She helps make it work,
Yes.
and then the worker helps make it
Yeah.
work. And it's you guys working together that makes
Correct.
it successful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
give yourself some credit there too, Dad. Yeah. So before we go, play Daniel and Donna's song, Christmas song choice for this year. I just want to remind you it's 766-1240. We haven't had the phone ring in a few. We did just get a donation from Helene DeCristofaro, who's a staff member of ours. Yay, let's ring those bells for Helene. Ooh. And we're going to go ahead and play The Pretty Paper.
Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Wrap your presents to your darling from you. Pretty pencils to write I love you. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Crowded streets, busy feet hustle by. Downtown shoppers, Christmas is nigh. And there he sits, all alone on the sidewalk, hoping that you won't pass him by. Should you stop? Better not, much too busy. You better hurry, my how time does fly. And in the distance, the ringing of laughter, and in the midst of the laughter he cries. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Wrap your present to your darling from you. Pretty pencils to write I love you. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Oh, pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue.
Welcome back to the third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. I do not see those phones ringing, and we need those phones to ring because Daniel wants to ring that bell. So you're going to call 766-1240 right now and make a donation and help a kid in need this holiday season. Every donation that you make will help provide a holiday gift for a child in need that may not get one without your help. We were able to raise quite a bit last year and able to help about 600 kids, and we need your help to be that successful again this year. We're still joined with the EOS program. We still have Daniel and Donna. And if I can find their picture, there we go. We still have them here with us. We did interview quite a few families, but we did spread them out throughout the show because as a lot of our programs or our families that come in, they actually are a multitude of programs. They get a lot of services from here and services from there. So we have a few programs joining us later, so some of your stories will air then. But I did have the pleasure of speaking to Milena the other day, and she was able to share her story with me. And I want to go ahead and play that story for you now, and then let's talk about it.
I would like to share with you a story about Melena and her family. Melena opened a community care alliance over 5 years ago when she sought out services for her son who has ADHD and needed help regulating his emotions. Since opening at CCA, Melena has accessed resources in the counseling programs, family support center, and holiday help. Melena expressed to me how working with the children's programs especially, and working with Donna, has been a positive experience for her and her children. Melena says Donna has been a light in the darkness for them. She goes above and beyond. She would say that most of the people she has worked with at Community Care Alliance does too. She said they are caring, empathetic, and are really there to help. She continues to say, with Donna, although she is my son's counselor, she does family sessions and one-on-one with me as well. Melena mentioned that she also receives support with utility assistance, holiday baskets, and holiday gifts. She says these resources have helped my family. I only get to work part-time due to my children's mental health needs, and I don't have the financial support I once had. It is so important to me to be present for my children's needs, and this has helped lessen the stress around the holidays, which is significant for my family. Melena expressed that she gets emotional when she thinks about the holiday help that she has received. She says, I am so grateful. Last year, my children were so blessed by our donor, and they also threw in gift cards for food and gas. I am so overwhelmed with the gratitude for all who help.
And that is Melena's story. She was reluctant to sort of share her story. It's a hardship. And I want to just express this because I don't think that, maybe you're listening and you understand that, like, and maybe you yourself would think about, wow, if I had like a story where I had to seek help out, or I felt like maybe I wasn't good enough on some days, like what that would be to share that story with people I don't know. It's a difficult task to do that I'm asking of these families, but she did share it. And we, were able to not mention her children's names, which is something that she requested. We were able to do it with also keeping her anonymity. Animosity. What was that word?
Anonymity.
Thank you. Yes, I can't say that word to save my life. She had obviously really, you work with her, Donna.
Yeah.
She had really great things to say about you, and when she heard that you were going to be hearing the praises, she was like, no, like that's so embarrassing. And I was like, why is this different from what you say in person? She was like, no, I tell Donna I love her every day. So I think, again, you mentioned that this is like a team effort, that you have so many great people and so many great staff. And I think that just shows that there are so many positive things that Community Care Alliance can offer adults and children. And one of the things, obviously, is this Holiday for Kids program, which, again, started mainly because the teens had no holiday gifts. And, outside of Adopt a Family, which is an amazing program in the city, there is nothing for families outside of Woonsocket, and there's nothing for teens or anybody over 12. And so we need your help. 766-1240. We need your donation now to be able to help as many kids we can this holiday season. Melena didn't mention it, but she is a mother of multiple children.
3 children.
3
yep.
children, and she was able to express like what a blessing it is for her family because of the circumstances that she's in. Like many of our families, they're either not able to provide holiday gifts because one, they can't work enough hours to be able to build up their finances to be able to do all that, or sometimes it's really like, am I going to pay the heat this month, or am I going to buy my child a gift? It really comes down to that, and we don't want our families to be in that circumstance. So we want you to call 766-1240. So I want to be able to just talk a little bit more about EOS. I want to be able to give people phone numbers to reach out to, and once again, give general information. In case you've missed it, we are still with the EOS program with Daniel and Donna. And if you're looking at our website, you're on our YouTube, you're streaming with us, you can actually see their faces. And if not, then you're just going to hear them talk. They are going to share with you the phone numbers again if you need EOS or counseling services for children or for adults. Right?
Yes.
All right, Donna, once again.
Yes. Can I comment on
You can
Melena's
comment
story?
on everything
Okay.
you want to comment about.
So just wanted to comment on Melena's story because I have had the opportunity to work with her for multiple years, which sometimes happens in EOS because it's meant to be short-term care, but once the families get connected with us, they know that they can kind of go on their own, but when they need us again, we're there, so they can come back to us. And that's the case with Milena and her family. And for her, I had the opportunity to watch her as a single parent grow. And that was pretty significant because I watched her grow in confidence. I watched her grow in terms of her own self-esteem and her own goal set. And that in itself has affected her kids in a good way. So for her, she has 3 children. She works very hard to pay her rent. She works when the kids go to school. The littlest one is in childcare, so she only is allotted so many hours to use that childcare, and she is able to work during those hours, but those hours are just paying for her bills. So anything extra is not something in her capacity to
WOON
do for
Woonsocket.
the kids. But she's a very hardworking mother and a very hardworking person, and I think I just wanted to add that to that because this is the kind of family that you want to help.
Yeah.
Because they are out there doing everything they can, and she has done so much self-growth, even to ask her to do self-care things like her own things that would make her happy or therapy or anything like that. She has no time to allot to that
Right.
because she has no
And I think that's
extra
such a
money.
common thing of a parent, right? You always put yourself last.
Yeah.
Once you have children, you forget about you, and then you don't realize like how far you've gone down in that totem pole of like, being able to help yourself. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's really important, and I want you guys to be able to connect to who we're talking about, because this is you, or this is your brother or your sister or your aunt or your uncle or your best friend. These are people in everyday situations going through very similar things that every one of us goes through, and they're able to recognize that they need additional support, and they're able to reach out and get it, and they've seen such success by just being able to make that phone call. And who are they calling, Donna?
So they can call the children's desk is 235-7410, and then for adult
It's 401-235-7120 for intake.
So 235-7120 for adult and 235-7410
7410
for children.
But we also have open access hours, which means that you can drop by and ask about getting help and possibly be seen Monday through Friday from 9 to 11. And that is at 800 Clinton Street, second floor. When you get off the elevator, go to the right. So
Awesome.
those are open access hours from 9 to 11, Monday through Friday.
Great. Thank you so much. And guess what, Daniel? Your wish has happened, because while we were just talking, we got 2 more donations. So you
Wow.
can ring that bell now. Go ahead and do it. Ring that bell. And we had a song requested, I don't know this song, but Mary's Boy Child, and we're going to play that right now for you.
Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. And man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible said, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a king was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. While shepherds watch their flock by night, they see a bright new shining star. They hear a choir sing a song, the music seemed to come from afar.
aglow, all the bells rang out. There were tears of joy and laughter. People shouted, let everyone know there is hope for all to find peace.
Now Joseph and his wife Mary came to Bethlehem that night. They found no place to bear her child, not a single room was inside. And then they found a little nook in a stable all forlorn. And in a manger, cold and dark, Mary's little boy was born. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a king was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day.
Oh, a moment the world was aglow, all the bells rang out. There were tears of joy and laughter. People shouted, let everyone know there is hope for all to find peace. Oh my Lord, you sent your Son to save us. Oh my Lord, your very self you gave us. Oh my Lord, that sin may not enslave us and love may reign once more. Oh my Lord, when in the crypt they found him. Oh my Lord, a golden halo crowned him. Oh my Lord, they gathered all around him to see him and adore. Oh my Lord, with the child's adoration. Oh my Lord, there came great jubilation. Oh my Lord, and full of admiration they realized what they had. Until the sun forth from the sky. Oh my Lord, they had begun to doubt you. Oh my Lord, what did they know about you? Oh my Lord, but they were lost without you. They needed you so bad. Oh my Lord, with the child's adoration. Oh my Lord, there came great jubilation. Oh my Lord, and full of admiration they realized what they had. Until the sun forth from the sky. Oh my Lord, you sent your Son to save us. Oh my Lord, your very self you gave us. Oh my Lord.
Welcome back to third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. I'm Wendy Pyrus, your host, and we are so happy to have you here. We need you to call in and make a donation, 766-1240. We really need those phones ringing. While we were on a break, we got 2 more donations in, and we're going to ring the bells. We got Darlene Magoa has made a donation, and Colleen Jubert. We're going to ring those bells. Yeah. Way to go, everybody. That puts us at, you're not on yet. That puts us at 5450, and we are so excited about that number. We're going to pause right now and thank our sponsors by playing their ads.
The Provider Group has been proud to partner with Community Care Alliance in its mission to meet the community's economic, social, and emotional challenges. Provider Group and Community Care Alliance share the same core values of dedication, commitment, and serving the community. In times like these, your support for Community Care Alliance is more important than ever in changing people's lives.
Discover Amica's award-winning customer service today. Visit amica.com or call 800-242-6422 to learn
Tufts Health
more.
Plan is committed to improving the health and wellness of the communities we serve. Each year, Tufts works with local community-based organizations to help ease the burden many families face during the holidays. With our support, these organizations provide groceries, essential items, and holiday gifts at no cost to families in need throughout Rhode Island. We are grateful to our local partners. On behalf of Tufts Health Plan, we wish you a happy and healthy holiday
The
season.
Charlesgate community offers skilled nursing, affordable assisted and independent living to the elderly and disabled in the city of Providence. Our team sends our sincerest wishes to you and your families to remain safe and healthy during these trying and uncertain times. As always, we stand by and stand ready to serve you and your loved ones. Contact us if we may assist you in any way.
With a great team, anything is possible. That's why Mutual of America Financial Group, we provide retirement plan services to small and mid-sized employers, offering full-service on-site support for your whole team. Mutual of America Financial Group, retirement services and investments.
I had big plans for this year. My eyes were hungry and wide, and I felt no fear. Talks of travel to far places, dancing in tight spaces, giant meals with family. But so much for dreaming when the world had different schemes. I felt stuck right here. And who knows when this will end, when we'll go back to how it began. December begs our bodies to be surrounded by friends. But love doesn't have to exclusively thrive through kisses and bars at the stroke of midnight. Though the lights at Rockefeller cast shadows on fewer souls, it's getting old, 'cause I just wanna hold you this holiday. This holiday, I just wanna hold you this holiday. I had big plans for me and you this year. I finally felt ready to take off my mask and share my atmosphere. Now my circle's getting smaller while my nights are getting longer. I'm longing for everyday touch. We were strolling through our snow globe and sharing steaming cocoa, a fantasy of what it was. And who knows when this will end? Can we go back to how it began? December begs our bodies to be surrounded by friends. But love doesn't have to exclusively thrive through kisses in bars at the stroke of midnight. Though the lights at Rockefeller now twinkle on fewer souls, it's getting old, 'cause I just wanna hold you this holiday. This holiday, I just wanna hold you this holiday. This holiday. But love isn't made by traditions we've saved. It's okay to change lanes, to wait for the day when the lights at Rockefeller will shine on all the crowd. But for now,
sending you love somehow. This holiday, I just wanna hold you this holiday. This holiday, I just wanna hold you this holiday.
Welcome back to Community Care Alliance's third annual Holiday for Kids Radioathon. That was Beth Killian. She was a former youth center employee with Community Care Alliance, and that was her beautiful song that she wrote 2 years ago during the pandemic when I forced her to write a song for this radioathon. You can, well, actually, that's not true. I was going to say you can only hear it here, but I think she uploaded it to iTunes shortly after our show. But we wanted to share that with you because we are now being joined by the youth center.
Hello.
And one of the kiddos. And we can't wait to talk with you about them. But first, we need you to call us, okay? Because everybody here really wants to ring some bells, and we need to get some donations in. We are currently at $54.50, and we really want to be able to get up to, what, 6 while we're on the phone with you?
6. Come on.
Oh,
people.
11,000.
Well,
Let's get there.
Honestly, the goal is like probably around 8, but
No. We're
Listen,
shooting
I
high.
will-
We're shooting high.
Oh, and look at, and just for this, look at Stump has put a wig on, like you got a full beard on,
Look at
and
me.
you're live on the show.
And I will
Can't wait.
sing if
And-
you
oh
don't
my
call
goodness.
it.
No, please
All right,
pay for
guys.
her not to sing.
All right, here we go. So a couple things before we go on. I just want to once again tell you that you're listening to Radioathon by Community Care Alliance. It is to raise money so that we can provide holiday gifts for children in need. Mostly our teen programs don't get any holiday help where there's really no resources for them. And then our children that are outside of Woonsocket need your help. We want to be able to provide 600 kids with holiday help. We just want to be able to provide at least 2 gifts per kid. And you can help by donating $50 right now. You can help by calling in and requesting a song. It's 766-1240. 766-1240. We have wonderful volunteers who are ready to take that call. And while we were on a short break when we were changing over our program to get these lovely folks in, we got a couple things that people want to say. Marina is listening from CVS, and we want to just give her a big shout out. They did a huge drive for us today. They did a toiletry bags for our shelter, and we want to give them a ring of applause. Thank you for listening, Marina. And we also have another staff member that texted me during, and I didn't see this and I apologize, during our EOS programming, just talking about the gentleman that spoke about his daughter and all the hardships she was going through and how much that moved them to be able to hear people that are in similar situations to what they have been through and the successes that they've seen by getting help. And we want to give a shout out to our CEO, Ben, who is listening right now. Yeah! All right. So I think that I've given all my shouts out, and I'm so excited to be able to start and talk about the youth center, the Harbor Youth Center.
My beard is jingling.
And while Stump is jiggling, we're going to put Patty on too. Okay, so if you're streaming with us, if you're listening on 99.5, if you're listening on 1240 AM, you're looking at the website on ON Radio, you can see us or you can hear us, but you're joining us, so that's the most important thing. So let's start. We also have a special guest from the youth center that you can see on, and that is Janessa, and she is going to shortly share her story with us. Did I use your right pronoun? I'm so sorry.
No, it's good.
Okay, great. I apologize for not asking that ahead of time. So we're going to have some stories, and then we're also going to have Chesley. Did I say his name right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Chesley call in a bit, but first, let's talk to the youth center. The Harbor Youth Center is here. We've got Patty and Stump. They're on opposite ends, so I'm going to have to keep going like this. Oh, that's me. I'm going to have to keep going like this just to get them both in. So let's talk. Again, call in 766-1240 while you're listening to Patty and Stump here. Tell me about the youth center.
What do you want to know?
I want you to be able to give sort of an overview to the people listening so they can know what your program is like.
All right. So we are a drop-in youth center for youth ages 14 to 24 in the Northern Rhode Island region. I apologize. I had to take my Santa beard off because it was tickly and jingly. And we work with youth in a variety of ways. Everything from social emotional, clinical, workforce development, academic supports, and just a safe space for young folks to come and hang out. It's a large age range. People are like, wow, 14 to 24, that's pretty big. But what we see is we see a lot of young people that graduate from high school and still aren't quite sure what they want to do. So we have a lot of workforce development and career pathways and post-secondary coaching for them to help them find a career pathway and then set them on that pathway to success. So that's why it's such a broad age range. And we love that because we actually get to see them accomplish some things and come back and share with us. So we love that age range. It's a lot of fun. Everything we do is free. We're located at 1 Social Street here in Woonsocket. And if you need anything, you can call my number, 401-559-3940. It's just a short little application to be a member, and that's it. And someone is a member until they turn 25 years old, free of charge. So if you have any questions, you need anything, give me a call, and I'll give you more information.
Awesome. All right, and we're going to shoot over to Patty. And you have anything to add in, Miss Patty?
Yes, I think one piece that I did want to add is that I wanted to stress the fact that the youth center is for youth. We, the staff, are there, but throughout the years, Stump and myself have built the youth center to be a place where youth can come and feel empowered and be able to say what they need in a safe space and feel comfortable doing so. We also have incorporated, we've incorporated clinical support into the youth center as well in my position. So I've been with the youth center for over 11 years. And throughout those years, I have become a licensed clinical social worker. So we would have a clinician on staff at the youth center. Unfortunately, and fortunately,
this is not a sad news time right now, Patty. This is supposed to be happy.
You're bringing me down,
I'm going
Patty.
to bring it up. Relax.
Bringing me
I
down.
am leaving the youth center. I am moving into a new position still within the agency. So I will still be around the youth center, just not as much as I was for the past 11 years. So that's why I say we do have that clinical component.
We will continue to
We
have
will
the
continue to have the
program.
clinical component. And I will definitely be there to support the youth center in any way that I can because it is such a great place. And Stump and I, throughout the years, have seen so many of our kiddos start off young and come back as grown adults and come see us. And it's been great.
Absolutely.
So, and also, I'm getting shown a number to call. 401-766-1240. If my sadness has pulled your heartstrings, then what you should do, so I don't, crawl into a ball and cry.
No, that would be me.
Is
That would be
donate a lot of money, or maybe a little bit of money, whatever you were going to use for coffee or whatever. Please call 401-766-1240. Again,
That's
401-766-1240.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Because you've only been able to ring your bell for really great listeners, though
Yeah.
you're all really great listeners, but we just had a few people reach out to us to give us a little props, and I love props. It makes me feel real good. Thank you so much.
Can you brighten this up a little bit?
Thank you, Garrett.
I can
You
bring
brought
it.
it
I can
down.
bring it to
No, stop
Janessa.
talking. You
So
brought it
Garrett
down.
just left us. He was a wonderful volunteer, and we really appreciate him. He also made a donation, so thank you very much.
Awesome.
We have lots of great volunteers here, and they're ready to answer that phone again at 766-1240. And are you ready? All right. Oh, you're already on. Look at you. So we have Janessa here, and listen, I just want to point out again, because I think it's really important that I stress that this is not easy. It's not easy. I mean, it's super easy for me to come on and be fluff and play songs and do some interviews. It's not easy to share your story. It's not easy for any of us, the parents that have shared their stories about their hardships, about themselves, or being embarrassed about their situation, or even about what their kids have gone through and felt like Muhammad talked about, he felt like he had failed. These are not easy circumstances to talk about, and that's why we want to be able to let you know that people are going through this just like you're going through it, that a lot of people are going through this, and that that there is hope, There is services, and these things are really important. And in the end, yes, we want to be able to provide Christmas gifts for all of the clients we serve that don't have any other resources. But we also want to be able to let you know that these resources are out there. So I want to plug that because I want you to be super kind to Janessa, who is sharing her story with us.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
I'm not
all
looking
right.
at you. I was looking at her. We were making eye contact.
She's gonna lighten up the whole thing. I can guarantee you.
Fantastic. And look at that, Janessa. I mean, you didn't even have to say a word, and we got a
It's the
donation.
hair.
Hello.
The hair, guys. It's a
Beautiful
donation.
hair. I diffused mine today. Really good. We just got another donation. It's for a song request that we will play shortly. But thank you, Madeline. All right. Thanks for listening. So now on to you. Sorry, focus. We're going to focus on Janessa.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, Janessa.
So I'm 16 years old, and I am a sophomore in high school. High school is very, very difficult. Me personally, I always had struggled with a lot of the subjects, especially math. Because not a lot of people, have sources and actual want to ask for help and want to always figure out themselves. I was always that person, so it's I choose to struggle and never ask for help, and that's why I tend to struggle myself. But I also used to have a IEP when I was a kid, but I got out of it because they said I was too smart. But even though they said I was too smart, I really do struggle, and that's okay because I learn from my struggles, and I'm working hard to succeed in life and succeed and try to pass.
What brought you to us at the youth center?
My aunt, she works there, and I really like going there also. I also heard of it at school because they usually come to my school and advertise it. And it's right there from where the high school is, so I can just walk there. So
How did you feel coming to the youth center for the first time?
Nervous.
Really? I couldn't tell.
Because it was new?
Because it was new. It was really, was meeting new people, had a lot of anxiety. So it's when you're meeting new people for the first time, you don't know what to say, what to do. So it's it was really nerve-wracking, but I got to open up and, to hang out and do a lot of fun things.
And you've been in multiple, you've done summer job with us
2 years.
2 summers?
Yep. 2 summers.
And in between you did our boat building program.
The boat building was very fun. I was the one who took in charge.
Yes.
She's not kidding. Yeah. She's not boasting.
I did a lot.
So you went from a shy girl who was scared to come in the doors at the youth center to taking over the boat program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, actually.
So did you start, I apologize, I had to look up a song. Did you come in right at 14? Or how long have you been here?
Pretty much.
So
Yeah.
so 2 years.
No,
In
I
2
think it was
years,
15.
you've sort of, have you seen the switch in yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen the change
and the growth.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I went to the boat program. So the boat program ran every Tuesday during the academic year, and I went one night with them to the Herreshoff Museum to watch them build the boat. And I decided to chip in and help and was given a jigsaw, which apparently I should not have been operating, and was attempting to cut, what was it, a circle that I was trying to cut out? It was difficult,
parts.
yes. And I was trying to cut out the jigsaw, and Janessa saw the horrible job that I was doing and was like,
very bad.
Dear God, put that down and step away. And then it masterfully fixed it within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And me and all the kids just stood around and watched her she had never done anything like that before.
And does this
It was
open
amazing.
a new door? Does it make you think of new adventures or new?
I feel it brought like something new, like something I didn't do before. Cause before I used to like do some construction work with my dad, so it's kind of like I knew some stuff, but I feel like it was something new. I was able to, explore the tools and learn how to build a boat, which that was really cool because we finished it, we painted it, we put it all together, so that was really fun.
Janessa was like the shop foreman because I went. It was probably the second or third Tuesday that they were down at the Hershoff Museum, and I went with them, and she already knew where to go on the shop, like where to find
absolutely.
everything. She was taking initiative, and
She's
it
like,
was
"Put that apron on, go get that tool."
different than the Janessa I met, who was very, very shy, like kind of like closing in on yourself, like couldn't even make eye contact with me, and now she's like staring me in the eyes,
telling you to be quiet
like,
right now.
Yeah, like she couldn't even make eye contact, and then she's just like grabbing tools, and this is what we got to work on, and come on, guys. And I went to her aunt, and I was like, "Has Janessa done this before?" And she's like, "No, she's never done it before a day in her life." I'm like, "You would think she's been doing this for years."
Yeah.
Like she was
so
just
funny.
completely into it, and you see her coming out of her shell to the point now that I walk into the room and she's like cursing my name.
We kind of wish she'd go back in the shell a little.
And like look at me in my eye, but
no, we don't.
I'll totally take it because I see that confidence in you, and I'm here for it, and I absolutely love it.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So much growth. So proud of you. Good
you.
job. And so what are your goals? Like what are you thinking about for the future?
My goals is to become like either a therapist, a social worker, a psychiatrist. I'm going between the human services field because right now I'm in child studies in the VOTEC. So working with kids and working with like the teenagers, it seems like it's something I really want to do. So I really want to go to college and get my degrees and go to that field and work there and
She's gonna take over the youth center. Is
She
what
takes
she's saying.
after me.
Hey, listen, that
You need to hurry up so I can retire.
It's gonna take me a couple years.
All right. Okay.
so I know that that you didn't know that maybe where your gift had come from at some point, or know that this was like a big thing, but it's helping so many kids. Did you see how like it impacted some of the other youth by getting a Christmas gift, like how much it brightens their day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need you to call in because our phones are not ringing right now, and
What?
we need them to ring. I know. We're going to call 766. We need you to call 766-1240. We need you to make a donation. And while we're waiting for you to call in, we're going to play a requested song right now, but we'll be back with Janessa, Stump, and Patty.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Welcome back to Community Care Alliance third annual Holiday for Kids Radioathon. We still have the Youth Center here. We still have Stump, Patty, and
Hello.
Janessa. And we want to hear from you because we can't hear from you right now. Their phones are not ringing, and we need them to ring because we've got volunteers ready to take your money, your donation, your song request. We're here for it. 766-1240. Stump, tell us
Yes.
how to contact the Youth Center if we need to.
So the easiest way is to call me at 401-559-3940. And I just want to reiterate the importance of calling in. We have a lot of programs in the state, and especially in Northern Rhode Island, that work with young folks below the age of 12 and under. And people don't think about getting presents to teenagers and think, well, they're teenagers, they don't need gifts. Not the case. Everybody can remember what it was like when they were a teenager and excited about what they were going to get under the tree. And a lot of our kids don't have that either. So we ask please to call and help make their Christmas just as special as, my 5-year-old daughter's Christmas. Hi, Naya, in case you're listening. So please call in 401-766-1240.
Awesome. And we just got another song request to another donation. So listen, we apologize for this. I guess it was a little loud. So we think this donation was from the local garage engine tune-up on Palmer Street. If we got that wrong, we apologize. Call back in and we'll get it right. I swear to God. 766-1240. Call that number. Make a donation. We've got our phone lines available. We've got volunteers ready to take your call. In case you need a reminder, this is for Holiday for Kids Radioathon, is to raise money to be able to buy Christmas gifts for children in need this holiday season. Mostly our teen program, which is why we're joined by the Youth Center right now, but also for younger kids who are outside of Woonsocket,
That's right.
who have no other resources. It's really important. About 600 kids need your help, and we need help raising money to be able to provide for them. We are currently at $54.80. $54.80,
Come on,
and we
people.
need to be able to get up
Come
there.
on.
Every dollar counts.
Another reason to donate is that Stump's birthday is on Friday. So
Wow.
I
If
think
you tell people how old I am,
I'm not gonna say
I'm
how old you
going
are,
to
but
disown
folks,
you from
listen.
the family.
She's older than me.
Folks, it is a big one.
Oh, man.
So please,
Man, oh, man.
please.
Oh, like a
donate.
5-starter?
Ooh.
Oh, you. Yeah, okay, you know what? I'm going to turn the big 5-0, and I look good. All right?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And in case you want to see
So-
how good Stump looks, let's stream with us, people. All
Yeah.
right?
Come on.
Because
And
we
look
are
at me.
live.
You don't even have the camera on me. Oh, yes. you
Yes,
do.
we
See
do.
it? Look at me.
my antlers in it.
Don't look at the gray hair.
And I would say in honor of Stump, who has spent multiple years, I will say decades, working with youth in Rhode Island and throughout
Hence
her
why
career.
I have so much gray hair.
Yes. I say silver. Please call 401-766-1240 and donate some money.
Yeah.
Por
You can
favor.
call, you can sing to me, or I can sing to you. We can do a thing.
Yes.
So we did have another guest scheduled for the show, but we think that maybe
Yeah, we
he
can't
has some
seem to
kind
get a
of
hold of him.
complication. We do know he was in school till 5 o'clock, so maybe he got
Yeah.
delayed at school. We are going to give him a few minutes to see if we can get a hold of him. But in the meantime, we can talk a little bit more to you. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah. So, maybe you could talk about. I'm going to totally put you on the spot.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I think that maybe you could talk about, because I think that, a lot of people are listening or thinking about little kids at Christmas. I think that when you first think about kids at Christmas, you think the little kids. And maybe you could just remind us, how important, or how, like, the people that you are with at the youth center, like, some of them are like homeless. Some of them on the brink of homeless. A lot of them don't have a lot of families to give. What can you talk a little bit about how you've seen them, light up, or what the difference getting a Christmas gift would mean for them?
The difference of getting a Christmas gift, especially if you don't have it, it's it really puts a huge smile on their face, the biggest smile I've ever seen, and it brings a lot of joy to not only to them but to their parents, especially because they don't have it, and it brings that joy, that excitement to them to see they actually have a gift, and they actually can celebrate that holiday. And it brings a smile to my face, because even though some people have it, seeing that you can give to the people that don't really puts a smile on my face, and shows the care and the, how do I say,
kind of like the reason for the season, right?
Reason for the season.
And I actually think you make a really good point about the parents. I think oftentimes we'll have parents call and say, really upset, I don't know what to do, I don't have anything, I have stuff for my little ones, but I don't have anything for my teenager, I don't know what to do. And because of donations like this, and because of programs like this, we're able to just hand them a present that they can put under the tree and feel like they did something for their family.
Right.
And I that's so important for us.
I also wanted to add, too, I think we forget that a lot of times we put a lot of responsibility on teenagers, especially when there's little kids in the household, parents. Right. And I say this because I was that teenager, where parents are expected to have their teenagers take care of the little ones. For me personally, it was my mom had to be at work for 3, so when I got out of school, I had to rush over and get my younger sister from her school to bring her home, make sure she was fed, and all of those things. And I think a lot of times our teenagers, they take on that responsibility. They don't complain about it for the most part, and they're usually thinking about their younger siblings. And I don't want to speak for you, Janessa, but I think you could possibly relate to that, where you're worried about your younger sibling more than anything and making sure that they have a good Christmas, and you kind of forget about yourself. You think it would be nice to have something for myself, but I'm not the important one here. It's the little kids. So for the teens to get something, even if it's one small gift, it's such a huge gesture to them, because they feel like they're important and they matter and they're seen. So
I think that's a really great point, because I think that's what we forget about that, and I think that parents are struggling, and they do look towards their teens to sort of help with that struggle, to help, maybe help with paying a bill, or maybe, and maybe that wasn't your circumstance when you were growing up. When you had a part-time job, you got to keep that money, and that's not the circumstances for all of our families.
Right.
A lot of times they have to contribute that money into the household just to keep a roof over the house, or over the head, or to pay for maybe some groceries that everybody's circumstances are different. And we, if you've never been in that shoes, you would never want to be in those shoes. So help us be able to provide for families that are in those shoes, that they can then put that money towards groceries and towards bills, and not have to worry about getting gifts under that tree. You can help do that by just calling 766-1240. And we did have that business call back, so we want to give a big shout out to Timeless Motorsports LLC. Thank you for your donation.
Yay.
Sorry about getting it wrong.
And I just want to go on that vein.
Yeah.
I think when we do a summer jobs program every year, we put 80 to 100 kids to work every summer. And every kid has to go through an interview with us. And one of the questions we always ask is, what would you do with this money? And 95% of our kids tell us that they would use the money to help the household.
Yep.
I want to help my mom pay rent. I want to help buy things for my little sister. I want to help buy groceries. Teenagers get a bad rap.
Yeah.
We are constantly putting them down, when the reality is a lot of times they are holding up their family. They're translating for their parents. They're taking care of their siblings. They're going shopping. They're working instead of going to school to help pay for bills. They get a bad rap, and we need to see them and understand that 365, we need to care about them, but at least open our hearts at Christmas to say, we see you, we appreciate what you do for your family and for your community. So please call 401-766-1240 so that we can give our kids a special holiday.
Yeah. Speaking of holiday, we are going to play your song of choice right now while you're live with us, Stump. So this is
I'm trying not to
Youth
sing along.
Center's song choice, and it's Blue Christmas by Elvis.
Woo!
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
And welcome back
That was
to
beautiful.
Community Care Alliance's
Was that
third
beautiful?
annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. We are still joined by the Youth Center. Stump is pretty damn proud
Love it.
of our song choice.
He can do nothing wrong.
So now we're gonna have to hear about that for a while.
I would have preferred Suspicious Minds, but it's not a Christmas
It's
song.
not a Christmas
But I
song.
love it. That's my favorite Elvis song.
Such a good song.
Oh, Lordy.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay, so we're still here to raise money, and we still need you to call. We need you to call 766-1240. We need your help. We did have a donation that came a while back, and we did thank Erin Asai, but we want to also give her props because she went on our Facebook page and gave us props. So thank you,
Aw,
Erin.
thank you,
We
Erin.
appreciate you. I'm going to ring our bells one more time for you. We want to ring our bells for you, but we need you to call in and make a donation, 766-1240. We need your help to raise money. We're still below the mark we need to be. We have a lot of children that need help this holiday season, and you can help. So I think that, we weren't able to touch base with Chesley. He wasn't available. No big deal. Sometimes people get cold feet or whatever his circumstance may be. I do know that you wanted to be able to at least give us a little bit of backstory.
I'd love to. So Chesley starts back with his brother.
Mhm.
His brother worked for us many years ago, went through a bunch of programs with us, and actually now has landed a permanent job with the city. We placed him
Which
at
he's
the,
had for quite some
Yes,
time.
we placed him at the city. They loved him. He did a great job, and he's worked there. So Chesley comes in, and I had not met him, and we were, one of my staff said, "Come here, I want you to meet Chesley." And I said, "Who is he?" And they said, "Oh, he's related to so-and-so." And I said, "Oh, you're related to so-and-so, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, he's my brother." And he said, "I know, he's awesome." And he was very quiet, and he's like, "I don't, whatever, I don't do much." And he was interviewing for a job. I said, "Wait a minute, your brother's awesome?" "Yeah, he doesn't do anything wrong." I was like, "Oh, have a seat." Let me tell you, for at least 45 minutes, all the things wrong he did. And he's like, "Stop it." And I mean, he lit up because he had all sorts of things to take home to pick on his brother about. But we gave him a summer job, and he had never had a job before. He's certainly never had a job with us, but I don't think he'd ever had any job before.
No.
And he went to every single staff member, shook their hands, made eye contact, and thanked them for the opportunity. He was so excited about it. And then we put him at probably the most difficult site that had, we didn't know it was going to be difficult, but had a lot of staff turnover. It was really just a really hard site working with middle schoolers. And he was, just like Janessa, the star employee of that site. I mean, the kids loved him, the staff loved him, everybody really depended on him. And we were so incredibly impressed by the demeanor, the intelligence of this young man, and his ability to be so kind and appreciative and then hang out and be goofy with the kids at the same time and then pivot and talk with a teacher about an education plan just really, really impressed us. And so I wanted to make sure that a little bit about him was said, because those are the kids that we serve. Mm-hmm. Right? We have young people that have a lot of struggles, but every single one of them are really, really special and have something really amazing about them that maybe they just haven't been seen and they haven't been given the opportunity to let that come out. And that's what we do, and I think that that's why we exist. And we joke a lot because, Patty and I have been doing this for 12 years in this agency. I've been doing it for almost 30. We don't do it for the money. No. We do it because we were really dumb teenagers. And we did really dumb things, and we didn't have anyone believe in us.
That's a
and
fact.
So for both of us, and you and I, Patty, have talked about this a lot, finding that one adult that just gives you a moment to see your own potential is really, really powerful. And we just really like them. We really like hanging out with them. They keep me young, and I can still be super fly and say, super rad and totally relevant things, dude.
Stop. Don't do that.
Janessa, was that like right on point? Was that
right on?
Right on.
Why are you doing that? Don't do that to her.
I thought
That was crispy.
Okay.
Thank you. See, this is why I keep her around. I'm supposed to make her feel better, but she makes me feel better. So thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
I think that is just, really important, and I can't express that enough. I think, again, I think you're right. Teenagers sometimes do get the bad rap, or they get they're too old to really, they're not going to appreciate it like a 5-year-old would, or they're not going to, it's not going to be the same for them because they may have a job or whatnot. But you have no idea. Like, it's like, don't walk. What is it? Like, you've never walked in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going through,
Yeah.
what they're going through. You don't know what their family life is like. You don't know any of those things. So to put all teenagers in one box is really, really, really sad. And that's like putting all homeless people in one box.
Well, and
So
we need
putting-
to remember we were all dumb teenagers that did
right,
really, really dumb
right.
things.
And with social media today, it's easy to
That's
do
right.
a dumb thing
And to
it
get caught.
forever,
Yeah, I mean,
to be with
we
you.
did dumb
We
things,
just
but
didn't
there's
get
no
caught.
documentation of it,
Yes.
so I could
Right.
deny it till the cows
Right.
come home.
Right.
But you can still
No one will
have
believe
stupid
you.
moments as a teenager and still be a good kid and still
Yeah,
have,
absolutely.
and still have goals and still have still be part of your family and still help taking care of your family and your brothers and sisters and
That's right.
still want things in your life and have goals. And I think that it's really important for them to have a place that they can be themselves there and not be judged for being themselves and be supported. And that's what you guys provide them.
Yeah, and no pressure. And I feel like a lot of times we put pressure on our teenagers they get to a certain age and jump in whenever, where it's, well, what do you want to do? What are you going to be? What are you going to do?
You have to have your life planned out.
What are you going to do for work?
Do you know who you're going to marry?
I literally asked you that. Now I feel awful.
When are you going to drive?
Put that
I
pressure
actually
on
asked you
them.
what your plan for your
Yeah,
future was.
That's overwhelming as it is.
Also, don't ask me that
step-by-step
question.
goals, though.
Yeah.
But if you asked me
Right?
that question, I wouldn't be able to answer it.
I also, the thing is, I think we do that to our teens and they feel like they need to lock something in for the rest of their lives. And that's a lot for them to say, I'm 16, I'm 17, I'm 15.
Yeah.
I don't have the rest of my life figured out and everybody's telling me I need to.
And I don't think that maybe the people's intentions aren't for
No,
that.
no.
Sure,
and
no.
I think
Yeah.
I was just
It's always
wondering,
kind,
what's your
but-
next goal?
Yeah.
Like, what's your next step for
I
yourself?
just feel like not every teen has it figured out. Like I
Right.
feel like a lot of people, especially I still don't know.
Right.
That's
And
just
you
what
don't
is
have
in
to
my
know. You're
mind,
only
yeah.
16 years old. But you should, it doesn't mean that you can't have ultimate goals or
Mm-hmm.
even like next day goals. Like tomorrow I'm going to accomplish this.
My goal at her age was what I was going to have for dinner.
Well, the other thing
I mean,
too is
seriously.
with the kids that we see, I've sat down with a lot that they end up hitting 20 or close to like 20, 25 range.
25.
And they're like 25 is creeping up, and they start getting so anxious, and
Yep.
they start
Because
getting
they haven't
so
hit that
depressed
goal or
because
that-
they think
Correct.
at 25 they should have everything.
They think they should
all
have
laid
a
out.
Oh my God,
house.
who had everything figured out at
Exactly.
25?
But the problem is that we do that.
Yeah.
Our society does that to them. You need to go to college. You need to have this career. You need to blah 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 blah. We've sold this dream
Yeah.
to these kids that is a load of poo poo.
Yeah.
And there's only one way to get there. I can't tell you how many kids I've said, "Do you mind getting dirty? Do you mind smelly things?" No. Become a plumber because you'll own a house by
Seriously.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Look at trades.
Trades,
Look
yeah.
look at manual labor jobs. Those jobs are really good jobs. You have to
And
be
they're
intelligent.
demanding,
You have
and,
to be
and who doesn't always
educated.
need a plumber?
Yeah.
Correct.
Or
an
electrician.
And now with all these green jobs, electricians are really important. You know, there's solar installation. There's all these things that our kids just never thought of,
Yeah.
and that we didn't have as an
But
option.
at the same time, we will never put down one of our kids' dreams. Like
No, Right.
whatever it is
absolutely
that
not.
they want to do, we sit down with them and say, "Okay,
Right.
you can do this." Because I mean, my high school yearbook says that I was going to be a recording artist. Do you see me have an album out?
Well, do you want to sing for us? I mean, you
Not
could,
right now 'cause I'm
listen,
getting over a cold.
Listen,
Do
right
it,
now,
Patty, let's
Patty,
hear it.
you could have a debut right now,
No.
Patty.
Come
Do you
on.
want to do that?
No, I don't. No, we're
Okay,
not doing
fine.
that.
So
Can
she
I
did not
do it?
hit her goal.
No.
So
But what I'm trying to say is, with any of our kids, whatever their dream is, we will never say no, that's not obtainable. It's just a matter of what is the plan
How
to
do you
get
get to
there,
there.
and
Yep.
understand that it might not end up looking the way you want it, but you might be somewhere in that world.
right,
So to
right,
speak.
absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
If a kid says, "I want to be a doctor at 25," well, that's not going to happen because here's the steps you have to take to get there that just make that impossible, but you can get there maybe by 30, 32, right? So helping them see that plan and understand that you can get there, but you just have to have that plan in place. And so we really believe in career pathways, finding that pathway, helping you find it, put you on it. Then the other thing is that doesn't have to be your pathway forever.
Yeah.
Right.
Many people switch careers in the middle of their life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now 50, as you'd like to tell everyone. I'm now going to
You're
find
not
a
50
new
yet.
career
Um,
because
well,
you
wait a
people
minute.
have
Before you
embarrassed
do
me.
that, I would like everybody to find their pathway over to their phone and
call.
give
Oh,
us
good
a call
segue.
because
gonna play
our
that in, too.
goal is still to raise money
Mm-hmm.
to be able to provide holiday gifts for kids in need. 766-1240. We have some great volunteers ready to take that call. We are ready to announce your name on their ear if you want us to, and to ring
Please.
some bells. And we're wearing our antler ears, and we're ready. Are we ready?
Yeah.
We're so ready. Yes, we are. So we need your help to be able to do that. And we did get a song request in, and I want to quickly go ahead and play that. So here we go.
Better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. I'm gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. So you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. I'm gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. So you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Really toot toot and rummy tum tum. Santa Claus is coming to town. Elephants, boats, and kitty cars too. Santa Claus is coming to town. The kids in boy and girl land will have a jubilee. They're gonna build a toyland all around the Christmas tree. So you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming, Santa Claus is coming, Santa Claus is coming
WOON Woonsocket.
to town.
And welcome back to Communicare Alliance's third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. We are here hosting the show, and we have special guests still from the Youth Center who are going to be wrapping it up. And we need you to call 766-1240 to get your donations in. We still have an hour left of the show, plenty of time to raise more money. We're trying to help kids have a wonderful holiday this Christmas time. We're trying to be able to provide gifts under the tree, just supplement to be able to help families out so they don't have to worry about paying bills versus getting Christmas gifts for their kids. We have had Stump, Patty, and Janessa join us for a while now, a very nice while. And
Flew
we're
on
going
by.
to just wrap up and do any housekeeping in regards to the Youth Center. I want you to be able to give a shout out to the Youth Center, some upcoming things that are happening, and some phone numbers to call or places
Awesome.
to go.
We actually have a lot going on. If you are a Facebook user or an Instagram user, we are the Harbor, HARBOUR, because we're fancy, RI, and that is for Instagram and Facebook. On there, you can find our programming calendar. You can find all of our staff contact information, and come on down. We had games today. We played
Tabletop
games.
games
Yep,
today.
games today. We have a harvest at Harbor on Monday to celebrate the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. So we have a lot going on. Get on our Facebook or Instagram and check it out. It would be much easier than me listing it all. Print out the calendar and stay in touch there. We will be uploading that every month so that you can always see what we have happening at the Harbor Youth Center.
And if you want to swing by, we're located at 1 Social Street, but the entrance to the building is on the Worrell Ave side.
By the post office.
Yeah, across the street from the post office.
So we'd love to see you and send us money.
And I guess we should say happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
If you want to donate on her behalf of her
$50
birthday,
because of the age.
to be able, yes, $50 will get 2 gifts for a child this year for the holidays. So go ahead and call 766-1240. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thanks,
I really
Wendy.
appreciate it. We
Always
are
a pleasure.
still, we actually just got another donation in. And we're
Hey.
so
Yes.
So we can't announce who it is, but we can still ring the bells for the gentleman that just donated.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And he has requested White Christmas. So
Oh,
as we
good
say
one.
goodbye to the Youth Center, we are going to do that with White Christmas.
Dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
With every Christmas card I write, may your days
Be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Welcome back, and here we have ads from our sponsors.
Discover Amica's award-winning customer service today. Visit amica.com or call 800-242-6422 to learn more.
The Provider Group has been proud to partner with Community Care Alliance in its mission to meet the community's economic, social, and emotional challenges. Provider Group and Community Care Alliance share the same core values of dedication, commitment, and serving the community. In times like these, your support for Community Care Alliance is more important than ever in changing people's lives.
With a great team, anything is possible. That's why Mutual of America Financial Group, we provide retirement plan services to small and mid-sized employers, offering full-service on-site support for your whole team. Mutual of America Financial Group, retirement services and investments.
The Charlesgate community offers skilled nursing, affordable assisted and independent living to the elderly and disabled in the city of Providence. Our team sends our sincerest wishes to you and your families to remain safe and healthy during these trying and uncertain times. As always, we stand by and stand ready to serve you and your loved ones. Contact us if we may assist you in any way.
Tufts Health Plan is committed to improving the health and wellness of the communities we serve. Each year, Tufts works with local community-based organizations to help ease the burden many families face during the holidays. With our support, these organizations provide groceries, essential items, and holiday gifts at no cost to families in need throughout Rhode Island. We are grateful to our local partners. On behalf of Tufts Health Plan, we wish you a happy and healthy holiday season. Rogers Tires wants to thank its customers for 62 years of business. We look forward to many more years of serving our community. Have a safe and happy holiday season from our family to yours.
Hi, this is State Representative Steve Casey, wishing everyone out there a happy Thanksgiving. Please be safe and try to help one another during these difficult times. Thank you.
And welcome back to Community Care Alliance's third annual Holiday for Kids Radioathon. We are joined by the Pip Pick program. I'm going to go ahead and put, here we go. There they are. Say hello, ladies.
Hello.
We have a full house. Didn't have enough chairs, so we're making it work. No problem, no problem. So we're going to introduce, so we've got, I'm going to do it this way, Jen, and then Katie.
Hello.
And then Renee, and then Tracy. Hello. Okay. No, thanks for joining me. So, real quick, I'm just going to do a little back about in case you're just joining us now and you're like, what the heck am I listening to? You are listening to a radiothon, and you are listening to this radiothon because you want to help kids this Christmas. That is our goal. We have a goal of 8,000. We are still very shy of that goal, but we are ready to take donations. You just need to call 766-1240, and we have volunteers ready to take your money and donation and song request, whatever you want to do. $10 for a song request. $50 gets 2 gifts for a child in need this holiday season, especially our teens who don't have a lot this holiday season, who maybe don't have as many resources as other children do, especially local in the city. So we have the PIPIC program with us. Again, we have Jen, Katie, Renee, and Tracy. And one of you, all of you, we're going to tag team it. Who's going to tell me about the PIPIC program?
So I can tell you that the PIPIC program is an acronym for promoting the integration of primary and behavioral health care.
What a mouthful.
Exactly.
And that's why we call it PIPIC.
Yes, so we call it PIPIC, and what we do is we work with our local health centers, Thunder Mist, Well One, and we help integrate your care. So we want everyone to be on the same page. We don't want you to have to tell your story more than once. So we work with you, we work with your entire family, and we get all your health care on the same page under our team approach.
Great. So just tell me a little bit about, like, if somebody was to come and be like, what kind of services you offer, or what is the process of it? What would that look like for someone?
You want to answer?
Jen, you have to come really close to our microphone, and I'm going to put you on. There you go.
So they can self-refer if they've heard of us by calling our number, and I don't know it off the top of my head.
401-919-1482.
Thank you.
She's got a radio voice,
right?
She's going to take my job, everybody.
Also, a lot of our referrals come from their health center, or perhaps they have other providers in the area, or within Community Care Alliance. And then they are checked to make sure they meet the requirements of our program. And then we start as case managers, going through what their needs are, what their goals are, and then we help refer them and find them those resources to meet those goals.
So every case is different, every goal is different, every person is different.
Absolutely.
And so you do the family approach.
Yes.
And like, how have you found that must make a huge difference? Not just, obviously people need individual attention. You refer out. As I mentioned before, a lot of our programs at CCA do a lot of like wraparound services. So they work together to sort of get the whole family met. But you guys also work the whole family as a program.
Mm-hmm.
So what would that look like? So a mom could be receiving this, and a son could be receiving this. What would that look like?
Yeah, so I think the unique part is that we spend a lot of time coordinating care. So we're spending a lot of time, say, reaching out to the son's providers. And we spend a lot of time behind the scenes reaching out to the mom's providers. And then we bring them all together so that everyone is talking about the family as a whole, what the family goals are related to chronic health, healthy habits, nutrition, anything like that. So that way we're working with all of them together and getting whatever kind of services they need in place.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so you've gone ahead and explained that, and you could say your number one more time.
401-919-1482.
Great. And now I want you each to tell me what your role is at PIPIC. So let's start with you, Tracy, because you're already in the spotlight.
So I'm a case manager on the team.
Okay. And then Renee.
Yes, I'm the clinician on the team. So if anyone needs like short-term therapy while they're waiting for like therapy, if there's a wait list or something like that, I can help out.
Okay. Katie.
I'm the program manager.
And Jen.
I am the nurse on the program. So, and I'm also a case manager. So as the nursing role, just to jump in, we do screenings that some clients might not get from their primary care provider based on age or insurance requirements. So we will try to catch things early: diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, and just make sure that nothing's untowards that we might want to talk to their primary care provider about.
Great. So we have 4 lovely ladies here who are ready to ring some bells, ready to clap their hands, ready and waiting for donations to come in. We have beautiful volunteers in the other room that are ready to take your call. So we need you to call 766-1240. We need you to call now. We need you to make a donation, make a song request. We do have time to play another song request. So please call us. We have an hour left, 45 minutes left of our show. Not that we're counting down because we're having a fantastic time with you. I do want to share, we do have a story to share, and I want to share it with you. This is Amanda's story, and then afterwards, let's talk about it.
Perfect.
I would like to tell you a story about Amanda. Although Amanda will say this isn't her story, but her adoptive children's story. However, I think it's important to recognize Amanda and her husband for their commitment, dedication, and their advocacy to ensure that their children's needs are always met and with a consistency of care. Amanda and her husband, 11 years ago, were a pre-adoptive DCYF family. When their now adoptive son, joined their family, he was already open to services through Community Care Alliance. Wanting to ensure that he continued to have stability and no gap in services, they remained at Community Care Alliance. Their children have been part of multiple programs at CCA: EI, foster care, counseling, enhanced outpatient services or EOS, PIPIC, and children's psychiatry. Currently, they remain open in PIPIC, counseling, and EOS. It is important that their children remain stable in services, so important that their family followed Katie Randall, their daughter's counselor, from the children's counseling program to PIPIC when she moved there in 2019. Amanda cannot say enough positive things about Katie. She's amazing, she says. Little did Amanda and her family know that PIPIC would end up being a perfect fit for their family when their child received an unexpected health diagnosis. Amanda says Katie is there whenever we need anything. Having an 18-year-old is hard, and it's hard for our child to navigate relationships and situations that are tough. Katie knows her and is able to help her and us. Amanda talks about how hard it is for her children to have to explain their stories to new people, and that they complain about this often. But this isn't the case at CCA. Amanda says it's familiar faces who know them. Amanda goes on to talk about her son and his services with outpatient counseling and EOS. She talks about him needing an increase in services and the program immediately helping her navigate and open with EOS. She says that Charlie, Donna, and the program were so helpful with creatively figuring out what would be the best fit for their family. Amanda mentions Donna specifically as being so kind and never judging. She says she has provided us with critical family sessions at our toughest times. She is trauma-focused and just gets the toughness of parenting in general. Amanda again has nothing but positive and glowing things to say about another worker at CCA. She says Wes brings the magic for our son and for our family. Wes connects with my son in a way that does not bring any anxiety for him. We call it the wow factor. She says EOS has been so helpful for him. Amanda says transitions are hard for everyone, but especially for kids who need support, and continuing services at CCA with the incredible workers they have are the best decision for their family. Although Amanda and her family are not recipients from any holiday help, they understand the importance of the program. Amanda, a caseworker herself, says collectively, these are all our kids. We need to take care of them. They don't have enough. This is such an important program. We need to look back at our own childhoods and remember what we had. Please help. Amanda and her family not only share their story with us, but they also donated to the Holiday for Kids program.
And that's Amanda's story. So I got to speak to Amanda for quite a bit of time to interview her, and just an amazing person. And so we played it during PIPIC, even though she receives multiple services, and all of those services have sort of been on the Radiothon today. But I thought it was really important because you have been the longest service that they've had following. Like, they literally were like, I'm not losing you, Katie, so we're going where you go. They have done that for psychiatry. They have made sacrifices and adjustments and partial programs and everything and anything for their adoptive children, like above and beyond.
Absolutely. They are an amazing family, and PIPIC is the best, so that's why they followed us here. No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, It's all about the family and building a relationship. If you don't have a good relationship, then the therapy's never going to work out. And so once you find a good therapist, not that I'm tooting my own horn, but once you find that relationship, you stick with it, and you don't want to have to tell your story over and over again. So that's what we're here for. We're here to help not have to make that happen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she was so amazing that like I had written the story with her, and then she was like, well, wait a minute. Okay, I have something about Wes, and I have something about Katie. I need to have something about Donna. And she was like, go, read back. And, because she just really thinks the world of all of you. And she described, the hardships that it was to even get her son placed with her. Mm-hmm. And then the hardships it was to get him the right resources, but he already had it set up. And she was like, why am I going to walk away? And I think that's the big thing is like once you come to Community Care Alliance, like we talked about, you are open to numerous services that you can have going at the same time to help with every avenue. You can have Family Support Center to get utility assistance and commodities, and you can have the holiday help to help with the holidays, and you can have PIPIC to help with your family in general and help anything related to health and things like that. And then you can have counseling services. It really is a one-stop, which many places doesn't have, and I think that's what makes us unique. We have social services and we have mental health. You don't have to go anywhere else, though we do refer elsewhere. We do refer to Thunder Mist and elsewhere, but again, it's our neighbors. It's our close-knit organizations that we work hand in hand with. It's so important. So while we were playing that story, I know you're not going to believe this, but we got two donations, so we're going to ring that. All right. And one of them was a song request, and we're going to play that right now.
I'm driving home for Christmas. Oh, I can't wait to see those faces. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. Well, I'm moving down that line, and it's been so long, but I will be there. I sing this song to pass the time away, driving in my car, driving home for Christmas. It's gonna take some time, but I'll get there. Top to toe in tailbacks. Oh, I got red lights all around, but soon there'll be a freeway, yeah. Get my feet on holy ground. So I sing for you, though you can't hear me when I get through, and feel you near me. I'm driving home for Christmas, driving home for Christmas, with 1,000 memories. I take a look at the driver next to me. He's just the same, just the same. Top to toe in tailbacks. Oh, I got red lights all around. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. Get my feet on holy ground. So I sing for you, though you can't hear me when I get through, Christmas with 1,000 memories. I take a look at the driver next to me. He's just the same. He's driving home, driving home, driving home for Christmas.
And welcome back to Community Care Alliance's third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. We are still joined by the PIPIC program, and we were just playing a song dedication for someone who made a donation. And you can make a donation right now, too, by calling
401-766-1240.
That's right, because we've got bells to ring, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. We still got the PIPIC program with us for another 5 or so minutes, and we're going to talk a little bit about upcoming program, how to get in touch with you, yada, 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 whatever. And we're going to play Katie's song choice. We're all going to hate it, but we're going to play it.
Last year's song choice.
That's right. But anyway, so tell me about programming at PIPIC.
Anyone want to start?
Come on, I can put you on there.
Yeah,
let's go.
How about the groups?
All right,
okay.
Renee, talk to me about groups.
So this past summer we had walking groups, which we're hoping to do again in the spring, I believe. And we were at which tracks?
Dion
Dion.
track behind the old Ho Kong for you Woonsocket folks.
Yeah. And by Hamlet and Villanova Middle School around the park that they have there. And we got clients Fitbits, so that was cool.
Oh.
So they could track their steps.
Yep.
Because it didn't happen if it's not tracked.
Right.
So you have to track it, right?
That's right. That's
So-
right. I mean, who can hold you accountable if you can't show your steps?
Exactly.
We
And if you're
got,
not wearing it, then it, you
Yeah.
better
So
do it
that's
again.
a health thing. And so is there a competition?
There can be. If
Oh,
you
yeah. I think we should have like a step competition. Yeah. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
So what other programs do you have like right now going on?
So, go ahead. Were you going to say something? Oh, healthy cooking. So we have a lot of families who, I'm sure everyone right now is struggling with the cost of food, with inflation, and what's at the grocery store, what's available at food pantries, food banks. So Jen actually found this really great cookbook that has, 3-ingredient recipes, 4-ingredient recipes, and so we're teaching families how to cook healthier meals cheaply.
And also, it uses ingredients that you can buy with your SNAP benefits. So it's easy.
And are you doing this online, in
delicious.
person? How can somebody be part of this? Do you give a
Either.
recipe ahead of time?
Yes, so we pick up the food ahead of time. We can do it virtually. We can do it in person. We, again, because we're family-based, it's also a great opportunity for the family to get
cook.
together.
Mhm.
We can cook together. They can eat together. We can stay and eat with them if they want, but not necessarily if they don't want to. Totally get it. Whatever works for them. So that's the nice thing about PIPIC is that it's so unique. We can do it really whatever the family wants.
Awesome. Awesome. So this is a great program. It's great things that you guys are doing.
Yes.
If somebody is like, I need this in my family could use some more resources, some more help. What do they do?
They call, should I practice my radio voice?
Yes.
401-919-1482.
And that's to be part of the PIPIC program. But if you want to donate now, you're going to call
401-766-1240.
That's right. We're getting everybody involved over here. So just an update on where we're at. We are so close to 5,600. We are so
Come
close.
on, people, let's go. I want to ring the bells again
That's
before my
right.
time's
We only
up.
need $50 more to be able to get 5,600. You can call now 766-1240. We need your help. We are gonna play Katie's song and wish PIPIC best of luck and happy holidays. And thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having us.
All right, here's Katie's song of choice. was Katie's choice. It was a little instrumental, but that's all right. The holiday spirit is still in the room. We've got some sponsor ads to share with you, and then we're going to be joined by FCCP. Here's our sponsor ads.
With a great team, anything is possible. That's why Mutual of America Financial Group, we provide retirement plan services to small and mid-sized employers, offering full-service on-site support for your whole team. Mutual of America Financial Group, retirement services and investments.
The Provider Group has been proud to partner with Community Care Alliance in its mission to meet the community's economic, social, and emotional challenges. Provider Group and Community Care Alliance share the same core values of dedication, commitment, and serving the community. In times like these, your support for Community Care Alliance is more important than ever in changing people's lives.
Discover Amica's award-winning customer service today. Visit amica.com or call 800-242-6422 to learn more.
The Charlesgate community offers skilled nursing, affordable assisted and independent living to the elderly and disabled in the city of Providence. Our team sends our sincerest wishes to you and your families to remain safe and healthy during these trying and uncertain times. As always, we stand by and stand ready to serve you and your loved ones. Contact us if we may assist you in any way.
Tufts Health Plan is committed to improving the health and wellness of the communities we serve. Each year, Tufts works with local community-based organizations to help ease the burden many families face during the holidays. With our support, these organizations provide groceries, essential items, and holiday gifts at no cost to families in need throughout Rhode Island. We are grateful to our local partners. On behalf of Tufts Health Plan, we wish you a happy and healthy holiday season.
The holidays are here, and we know this can be a stressful time of year. Have a plan in place and try to focus on making memories. FCCP is a professional friend in times of need, and we're here to help. Give us a call at 401-235-7252 to get connected with support and community resources. We are not meant to parent alone, and we all need community.
welcome back to Community Care Alliance's 3rd annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. That was Jingle Bells, and that was the big band version. Some more instrumental music to set the tone for Christmas. We're so excited to celebrate here, but we'd be more excited if you would call in at 766-1240 so we can ring the bells. We've got a new program here. FCCP is joining us, and we want to ring the bells for your donations. We need you to call in 766-1240. There's still time. We've got 20 or so minutes left of the show, and we've got time to take some donations. So give us a call, 766-1240. Hello, ladies.
Hi. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to put it on this one so you're both on it. All right. If you're joining us, any of our streaming shows, any of our live streams, the website, Twitter, any of those things, Facebook, you're going to be able to see two lovely ladies. We've got Patty and Tiffany here from FCCP program. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for having
us.
us.
And I love that you're
for
wearing
doing
ears.
this.
We're all wearing ears. It's fantastic. Just in case you missed it, I am also wearing ears. There we go. All right, back to you guys. So tell me about FCCP.
You're going to go?
All right.
I can do it. I feel like I know this spiel.
All right.
So FCCP is a prevention program. We are state funded, contracted through DCYF. Our goal is to meet families before they're in crisis, right? So we want to be a tugboat to kind of help tug them along from whatever's going on and get them to a better place. Our goal is to connect families with support and resources, essentially providing them care coordination. So that looks different for every family. We really try to look at each family as an individual, see what their strengths are, see who's in their community, and connect them with support that makes sense for what they have going on. We really try to be really strength-based, provide wraparound services, bring everyone to the table who's involved with this family, and try to prevent whatever's going on from getting worse, and really just try to look at their goals and get them connected with support.
You do a lot.
Yeah, I think that Pippic, who was on before us, have a lot of similarities.
Push it to you. Yep.
To me.
Yep. There you go.
Anyway, so Pippic has a lot of similarities to what we do. I would say the distinction would be that Pippic is working on health-related, mental health parity kind of things, and we are working towards helping families stay out of or be less deeply involved with DCYF, the police, or any other sort of agency where they can get back on their feet and back in control of what's going on with their family.
Yeah. So, I mean, when a family comes to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to do all their services. A lot of times you refer to counseling and you refer to Pippic if there's health-related things, and you'll refer to psychiatric, and you'll refer to family support center. I mean, there's a multitude of services. You said it. It's a Community Care Alliance you get.
Soup to nuts.
Soup to nuts.
Yeah.
That's the saying. I was saying wraparound, but Patty really likes the soup to nuts, so we're gonna go with that one. And I think that's really important to talk about that. Like, you know, when you come in, you guys have a slew of services that you provide, and then if there's something that the family needs, the connection is next door.
Yeah, I like what Tiffany was saying about being a tugboat.
Yeah.
Is that we really want to look at the family as being the expert, as being the center of the strengths that are going to be used to try to create the plan and make it move forward, and that we're just guiding it along, like kind of pushing it back out into the channel so that they can get back underway.
Yeah.
Because it's really about their goals, right?
Right.
It's not our goals and what we think they need, or what DCYF thinks they need, or what the school thinks they need. We want to know what they need. What are your needs, and how can we help get you to where you want to be?
Yeah, and I think that's really important to distinguish, because their goals may not be the same as your goals, or their goals for themselves are what's attainable right now, and your goals may be more long term.
Right.
And like we were talking about that with Stump in the youth center, like asking a 16-year-old, what's your plan? What's your goal? What's your, you know, it's a lot of pressure, and that may be and the family is already feeling all of this tremendous pressure to pay their bills, to stay in their house, to keep their kids in school. I mean, there's all these pressures already.
Yeah, and that's a great point, because I think we're dealing with a lot of people that maybe waited a really long time to ask for help.
Too long sometimes.
Yeah. And so I think that we're dealing with immediate crisis, but what we'd like to do is sit with people and try and take a look at how we got there. And then the skills that you need moving forward that you can try to avoid getting in that situation again in the future. And doing it with people that are going to be there long after we're gone. So people in their network, helping them develop relationships or rekindle them or strengthen them.
Right. I think that's so great. So we're going to take a minute and I'm going to play a story. And Melissa, the story I'm going to play is an example of somebody who's received multiple resources from multiple
Soup to
programs.
nuts.
Soup to nuts. That's right. And let's talk about her story after.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I am 42 years old. I have 2 children, 23 and 10. I'm a single mother, and my family and I have been open to Community Care Alliance since 2011. We have been part of many programs: EOS, Substance Abuse Services, Counseling, Family Support Center, and FCCP. CCA has helped myself and family in so many ways. The groups and group support have been helpful. Staff and counselors help us with emotional obstacles, but most of all, the encouragement from staff helps us day to day. Along with the help from CCA, holiday gift help has been a big relief. Having this lets me focus on back and current bills and helps where I just can't. Thank you for helping my family get through the holidays and making it easier to help my child have a happy holiday.
And that's Melissa's story. So it wasn't a long-winded. It was pretty short and sweet that she needed multiple services over long periods of time for multiple programs. But they work for her. It works for her. You know, getting those services have really been a tremendous help for her family. And is that often what you see for these families? That they're, you know, wait till the last second, but once you get the services.
Yeah, well, I don't mean to take up all the airtime, but
but you're gonna.
I'm gonna. But I think sometimes when people are waiting to call, that they don't know where to start, and so they might have multiple people in their family who need support through counseling. A lot of times a family will call after, you know, a loss. And so everybody's dealing with whatever loss it was. Sometimes it's housing. Sometimes it's a family member who's sick or has passed. And so it's hard to try and figure out exactly where you should begin trying to move the family in a better direction. And I think Tiffany, you know, she's the voice of our program and answers the phones and is meeting people for the very first time. So I think she provides our first service to everyone and does a really great job kind of letting people know what to expect.
She just wanted to talk for a second.
Yes.
I think something that you said, though, that's really important is because there are so many services and people don't know where to start and they don't necessarily know what's out there, right? Like they know what their needs are, but they don't know what programs are available. I really like to stress to them, and when I'm talking to folks in the community, that FCCP is a no wrong door. So maybe you call us and you don't qualify for our program, or you're not sure if FCCP meets your needs. We're going to point you in the right direction, and we're going to get you to where you want to be. So, you know, call the intake line. I'm going to shameless plug it, 401-235-7252, and chat with me. Let me know what's going on. See how we can help. And if we're not the program for you, then we will get you to where you want to be. And I think also important to mention is that we are a voluntary program. So if you do start with us and you feel like it's not a great fit, then we will, you know, we'll close and we'll try to get you again, connect you to the right place, or, you know, really let you drive that ship. But it is voluntary. And as far as eligibility for FCCP, you have to, so there's 5 regions. We cover the northern region, which is lots of towns, Woonsocket, Cumberland, Lincoln, Smithfield, North Smithfield, Burrillville, North Providence, Johnston, Scituate. I think that's kind of our umbrella.
Past northern. I think some of that stretching.
Yeah, that's our umbrella. So you have to live in that catchment area. If you don't, there's still an FCCP for your region. And if you call the wrong one, we'll get you to the right one.
Right. But if you call right now, you can make a donation at 766-1240 because we're still taking those while we're listening to FCCP. If you're connecting to this and this is making sense and you want to help a family in need, FCCP has lots of families on our wish list, and we want to be able to help them. 766-1240.
I want to ring the bell, so
Yeah.
send some money. Give us a call.
We certainly do. And we also have a song of your choice, Tiffany. I hope I don't hate it. Just joking. I love all
It's a
Christmas
classic.
songs. It's a classic. So we're going to play that and then come right back, and we're going to tell you more about the FCCP program.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together this Christmas. The fireside is blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here, my world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. Shake a hand now. The fireside is blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. Merry Christmas. Shake a hand now. Wish your brother Merry Christmas. All over the land now.
Welcome back to Community Care Alliance's third annual Holiday for Kids Radiothon. We're still going strong here. We've got 10 minutes left. You can still call in and make a donation. Tiffany and Patty have yet to ring the bell, and they want to. Come on, be our last donation. Get us to the 5,600 mark. We're so close. We're literally $50 away from it. Call in now and make a donation and get us to the 5,600 mark. We'd really like to be there by 7 o'clock. Welcome back, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. So we were talking about eligibility, and we want to start off again there. This is the FCCP program.
Yes. So just before the song break, I had mentioned that you have to live in the state of Rhode Island. There are 5 regions, and I've gone over. I won't make you go through.
Go
that
on
again.
our website.
Check out the website for all the details on the specific towns in which FCCP would be your town. But the Northern Region, our intake line again, 235-7252. We also have an email address that you can reach out with any questions, send referrals to. That is FCCP referral without an S, FCCP referral at communitycareri.org. The intake line, 401-235-7252. So back to eligibility. You have to live in the northern region. You have to have a child under the age of 18 that is in your care. That means they live with you. You are taking care of them. They have to be in your home. If you do not have custody of your children and they're not living with you, then unfortunately you would not meet criteria for our
But
program.
there are other programs that do, so call anyways.
Yes, we will get you to the right place. And that's pretty much it. If you have a need and you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know what's out there, we really want to, like you said, catch them before they're in crisis, before, I want to talk to you and prevent that crisis, not, be the person on the phone when you're in the middle of it. But I will, but we'll talk to you there too. And we had mentioned that parenting is the best job ever, but it's a hard job, and how folks are not meant to do that alone. So Patty wants to talk about a particular program that's available as a peer support to families.
Yeah, so we are partnering with Child and Family, which is an agency in Providence and in Newport, and also a Parent Support Network. And they're doing a program called Circle of Parents, which is really just a loosely based structure for a support program for parents to be able to talk to one another and get to know one another and share support, things like that. Right now we're meeting at Missy's Restaurant at 801 Clinton Street on Tuesdays from 2 o'clock to 3:30. Now that I've said that, since the holiday's coming up, our next meeting is going to be after Thanksgiving. But
Missy's is offering a free Thanksgiving for anybody that shows.
Right, absolutely. They're so generous, and the fact that they're doing this year after year and adapting and just trying to make it work for everybody is just so amazing. And they have a huge group of volunteers that come year after year to help them out. So we really appreciate them hosting a group over there. And since we started, I've been attending. Tiffany and another member of our team, Lee, have been attending, and it's amazing how through the pandemic you stopped really talking to people, and I could feel it in my heart, just having a conversation with somebody about the nitty gritty details of family life and raising kids and problem solving and supporting one another and listening to one another and getting ideas. And some of the things that I think are really cool about the holiday gift program is that we get to talk to families about what they like to have fun doing, and we can talk to them about board games and art and music and building things, family traditions. Even families in the toughest crisis times can find moments where they're in a protected space where they can just be themselves and be together and find connection and maybe even fun for a moment, and that has such a protective factor for everybody, family, adults and kids.
So if you want to take part in this program or any of the programs, you want to just talk about resources, referrals, all of that stuff, you're going to give a call to
401-235-7252, or you can reach us at our email, fccpreferral@communitycareri.org.
And that's a wrap on the FCCP program. Thank you
Wow,
so
thank
much.
you, Wendy.
I am having a trouble with that tonight. FCCP program. That's almost a wrap on the Holiday for Kids Radioathon. We are going to be ending. We thank everybody for joining us. We were able to raise more money. If you weren't able to donate today by calling, you can go to our website, communitycareri.org. We'll be taking donations through December. Help a Kid in Need, $50 gets 2 gifts for every child $50 gets 2 gifts per child, but any donation helps. And thank you to Spencer Susie, who went ahead and recorded a special song that we're going to end our show with.
Christmas comes this time each year. Wow, Merry Christmas, Christmas comes this time each year. Wow. Well, way up north where the air gets cold, there's a tale about Christmas that you've all been told, and a real famous
dressed up in red, and he spends a whole year working out on his sled. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. Just a little bobsled, we call it old Saint Nick. But Sir Walker toboggan with a 4-speed stick. She's candy apple red with a ski for a wheel. And when Santa hits the gas, man, just watch her peel. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. Run, run, reindeer. Run, run, reindeer. Run, run, reindeer. Run, run, reindeer. Don't miss no one. And hauling through the snow at a frightening speed, with a half a dozen reindeer and Rudy to lead. He's gotta wear his goggles cause the snow really flies, and he's cruising every pad with a little surprise. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. Oh, Merry Christmas, Saint Christmas comes this time each year. Oh, Merry Christmas, Saint Christmas comes this time each year. Oh, Merry Christmas, Saint Christmas comes this time each year. Oh, Merry Christmas, Saint Nick. Let it snow.
WOON Woonsocket.
It's another Christmas holiday. It's a joyous thing, let the angels sing, 'cause we're together. We gotta think, hey, can't let it slip away. No, outside it's rain, it's sleet when our bodies meet. I don't care about the weather. Let it snow. Let it snow. Outside it's cold, but the fire's blazing. So baby, let it snow. Let it snow. Yeah. Let it snow. Come over here and help me trim the tree. I wanna wrap you up, baby, they'll see you're the only present I need. There's so much more waiting for you in store. On this precious day, I can gladly say there's no place that I'd rather be. No, you want my everything. Come a little closer. God must have sent you down from heaven. Let it snow. Let it snow. Outside it's cold, but the fire's blazing. So baby, let it snow. Woo, let it snow. Let it snow. Let